Hey, what's going on, people? So, it's another episode of You Ain't Shit for Watching. My name is Donnie Casanova. I'm your host. Tonight, we have a wonderful panel. The conversation is just going to be a open forum. Every night, we run it on Google Hangouts, and we're going to do just that, hang the fuck out. So, first on the panel, I'm going to read it from left to right as I see it. It might be different on your screen. I got Edward Anderson. Please tell them your channel, what you're about, everything XYZ.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Edward Anderson. Just search Edward Anderson and you'll see the Morpheus black and white symbol. Subscribe to me. It's no spin zone. Talk about black male talk. Yeah.
Hey, all right. So next we got on the list is BatZilla. We got Rain. She is a black Powerpuff girl. She is my nigga if she don't get no bigger. Rain, please introduce yourself and what you're about. All right, BatZilla is not paying
Oh,
attention.
my bad. Shut up. Oh my God. Hi, I'm Rain. Eat a dick, fam. Check out my pages on Facebook, Peanut Butter Girls and Rain's World 24. That's a gaming channel. So, hey everyone, this should be interesting because we're crazy. On to the next.
All right, much appreciated. We got my brother on here. He's another 1/3 of the habitual line steppers. We got Rico Simpson. I'm sorry, Roger Stevens.
Hello, folks. This is Roger Stevens. I'm in the building. Hit you with that real talk. Please go over to my channel, subscribe, like. Ain't nothing but good stuff. Ain't nothing but the real, serious talk. I'm one of them people that's here to say the stuff that other folks is afraid to say. That's my job. So I'm definitely a habitual line stepper. I get a kick out of it.
All
My channel is the Roger Report. The Roger Report.
The Roger Report. Roger must be doing something because he's a little far away. We're gonna work on his microphone, but we're gonna get that together.
Okay.
Anybody else?
My bad.
We're gonna join later on. But tonight we're basically having a conversation. So the show, we're gonna get into 5 signs that nigga is cheating. But we were having a conversation off air before we got on. So we're gonna continue that conversation. Eventually we're gonna get into that 5 things, but we're gonna dive deep into that. So Edward was really speaking on what he felt like. Edward was basically speaking on he felt like you're not gonna really be able to tell on the chick, right? You can articulate yourself better than myself. So please elaborate. You feel like a chick gonna get away with it?
Yeah. All I was saying is this: if you notice that a woman is cheating, that means she's been doing it for a hell of a long time, and that's your fault at the end of the day. Because for the most part, a lot of times what dudes need to understand is nowadays you're going into these relationships already like one of multiple dicks that a woman is fucking. That's just the nature of female nature. Now women can be on the some but not all. As far as I can know, if I gotta put a number on it, 80% of these women are like that. Just is what it, especially if you're talking about women from like 18 to like 30. That and the ones that ain't are usually in a relationship, so they really not available anyway. When you hear women talk about hoes are winning, whole phases, there's various levels of that, various degrees
Hold on
to that.
1 second. You got to echo real bad. Roger, you got to mute yourself, fam.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's various degrees to that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you notice that a woman is it still echoing?
No, you good. You good. Go ahead.
Okay, if a woman is still if it's to the point where it's obvious she's cheating, you need to just leave that relationship because it's unsalvageable. You need to charge it to the game. There, it is what it is. So that's what I was saying. So as far as teaching people about game, I mean, the reality is first part about game is understanding female nature and accepting female nature, not getting mad at women about it, just understanding it is what it is and learning how to navigate within that environment. Once you learn how to do that, then you won't get so pissed off about this type of stuff.
So let me respond to that. So you say she's gonna come into the relationship with a few dudes. I mean that's baseline. That just is what it is. Anytime a woman gets with a dude, she needs to understand that he has a few chicks. A woman gets on hit on maybe 45 to 50,000 times a day. You know, I'm being facetious with the number, but she gets hit on a lot. Period. Point blank. Rain's here. You can go, you know, looking crazy and go, you know, to the store, and some niggas gonna try and be giving you the look. That just is what it is for a woman. So a woman has options on a constant basis. She has a vagina, it just is what it is. However, when I start talking to a woman, and she starts feeling me, I you know, I have a game plan off bat. I'm on team. If you want to be with me, you got to start eliminating niggas. And the way you do that is you start dedicating time, energy, and effort to me. So I'm consuming your time as opposed to, you know, a dude who's just kind of up and down. How do you feel about that in terms of dating? Because I feel like I'm taking away your time, so where you really don't have to have time to deal with other niggas.
No, I understand. I mean, the best thing I would tell a dude is, when you can tell if a woman is really feeling you. Once you've seen that the first time, then it becomes very easy to tell. You can tell when a woman is very into you versus a woman is kind of like you a part of the crowd, but they're just dealing with you because even if you can just tell. And the problem with a lot of dudes is a lot of dudes will project a lot of what outcomes they want onto a woman, but never really look at the signs that those outcomes are actually being created. And so what happens is dudes end up playing themselves. It ain't so much what the woman does. The woman may do a couple of things here and there, but the reality is dudes just get goofy all by themselves because they may be in love with how the woman looks. You see, me, I'm very clear. I want to see what you look like without makeup, without all that bullshit, because I want to see you. A lot of women, to be honest with you, don't even want to do that. They feel naked like that. Because when you see what the fuck they look like when they first wake the fuck up, now they can't put on all that fronting bullshit. So yeah, you can do that, but I don't. If a woman's really into you, it ain't even about like forcing her to get rid of niggas. You'll start to see that stuff goes on. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If a female's got a whole bunch of niggas around them like that, they're automatically disqualified as far as me committing to them in the first place, because that's what they're on. And I'm not gonna try to make them come off of that bullshit. This is why I'm gonna end it with this. This is why I've always been a big proponent in a man having a diversified portfolio. This is why I don't jump on dudes that, you know, date interracially or interculturally. Because even though I believe in sticking the landing with a black woman, I'm not gonna be waiting for females to come around to me. I'm gonna play the numbers.
I always run my dynamic off of the old players. The old players told you one is too close to none. So if you only had one chick and you was just fucking around dating, that's too close to none, because you don't really have the power dynamic in that situation. If you have multiple chicks to choose through and you're able to replace her at any point in time, you have a different sense of power and ability there. So
yeah, I call it sexual supply and demand.
Right. So ultimately, at the end of the day, when you're dating, you have if you look at it as a business, you have your HR department. Your HR department has a lot of applicants that are ready to come in and replace whoever's bullshit. Because a lot of times when you're dating these chicks will come out with this dynamic of I'm here for you, I'm here for the team, yeah. And they show up for the first couple of weeks, cheery-eyed, making coffee, doing everything else, and then it's the third week, she show up with no makeup on. She ain't enthusiastic. She on the phone with some bullshit. Hey, listen, baby, you're not gonna work out. I take that all in account. But in terms of dating, I feel like the first sign that you see when you date a chick and you feel like she's cheating is her social media. And why I say the social media is because if she's doing thirst trap type post, that's all indicative of her mentality. Always looking for a nigga to replace you. So if you're with me and you feel like I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, thirst trap media is unacceptable behavior.
What cancels
does anybody else disagree or feel some type of way?
Well, yeah,
the thirst trap.
Hold on. Before we proceed further, we got Chaos on. Chaos, please introduce yourself and
Oh
your
God.
information.
Oh, how you doing? This is Chaos Rain here. I just did live stream just now. I just got off my live stream, so I decided to jump in and see what else is on.
Roger, mute your stuff, man.
I
You
appreciate
hear me?
you coming on, fam. But as
I
in
hear your
terms of
background.
what I just said, how do y'all feel about what I said with social media and dating and your chicks posting thirst traps and all that bullshit?
What counts as a thirst trap? That was my question.
Okay, so what counts as a thirst trap? So let me go with mild. She posted a picture, something to the effect of, and y'all do this all the time. Nobody wants me, and she's got her ass poked out, or something to where she knows she's attractive and she's doing something trying to garner attention. That is the mild form, and then you have her with her butt cheeks out twerking and everything else. That's more extreme. Something within that spectrum. Maybe I didn't name it, but y'all know what the fuck it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my thing is, if a dude comes to me with that shit, I'm be like, what do you? Okay, let's be clear here. We almost need to define what dating is. Because there's a difference between you trying to do what you need to do to fuck a bitch and keep her in the hoe zone where you want to add her to your sexual supply, and then you actually dating a woman, aka courting a woman to potentially have a long-term relationship.
I say relationship because I say, and I may have said dating, and that's my bad, but I say relationship in terms of we're in a situation where we're exclusive, or we're at the very least like acknowledging the fact that we want to be together in an exclusive scenario.
Okay, so one thing that I would say to dudes, if I'm gonna give dudes advice, is this is classic advice. You can't save a chick that want to be a hoe. And when I say that, I'm talking about, well, this is what I mean by that. I'm not saying once a hoe, always a hoe. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when this woman is in that mode, she's not going to jump out of that mode for you. And I'll give you a perfect example. Now, let's say somebody will say, oh, well, a woman will change for the right guy. Okay, if you got diamond dick, then yeah, she might change for you. But at the end of the day, that's going to create problems because chances are you got a whole bunch of women. So you're not looking for an exclusive relationship anyway. So going back to that, the reality is if we're dealing with things like thirst traps and all this stuff, there's a list of things that, quite frankly, if these one hits any of these targets, they should not even be in exclusive relationship territory because you're just asking for trouble. So I'm not trying to debarge the conversation, but I'm just saying if you see a woman that has any thirst traps on her social media, hell, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I don't even like women that's on social media like that in the first fucking place.
That's valid. That's valid. But go ahead.
So anyway, so it's like there's lists of things that if a woman is doing, I'm not gonna take her seriously. It's because I'm gonna tell you right, and this is why I say that. If you're on social media all the fucking time, see, I'm a digital marketer. So I'm on social media because I'm actually doing shit. But if you're on social media all the time, that tells me you got too much fucking time on your hands in the fucking first place. Meaning you ain't really fucking with me. You're not doing productive shit at all. And idle hands is idle hands. So these are things I look at off jump. But anyway.
Okay. Who's up next to bat? Who else is listening?
Well, I'll say this honestly. When it comes to social media, I don't even involve myself when it comes to a woman and her social media. If I meet a chick and we talking on any level, I'm never gonna tell her what my social media is. I'm never gonna ask her anything about her social media. I don't even check it. I just watch her behavior. Period. If I can get a hold of her when I want to get a hold of her, she cool. If I can't get a hold of a woman, you know what I'm saying? She on some bullshit. As far as I can tell, she on something else. I'm not a person that cares to. I don't think men need to have like full closure. You got to know every single move she's making. At the end of the day, if you trying to get a hold of her and she ain't making herself available to you, she already told me enough information off that alone. Period. If I can't get you, I'll mess with you like that.
Well, let me ask you this, Roger. If you can reach this chick every time you called her, however, she's busted and wide open for Facebook. Is that acceptable to you?
I mean, it wouldn't be acceptable, but honestly, I would never know because I'm not gonna ever check her social media. That's just not me. If I don't get every responses I want to get,
maybe you don't check her social media. Maybe, but I'll say this: you don't check it. You don't look for it. You're not checking for her. But she been busted wide open and twerked for a nigga and did all this shit and went viral. So everybody
I mean, if it comes to my attention, she done.
Okay.
End the story. Ain't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because you only if my woman shows me any sign that she is in need of another man's attention, we're done. I understand everybody likes to get attention, but if you show me that you're in need of it, then you're useless to me. Outside of sex, you have no relevance.
Okay, very, very fucking valid. Anybody else? Chaos, Rain, who wanna take a shot at that?
Well, I kind of agree with what I can't believe I'm about to say this, what Roger was saying. I look at it like this: if you checking her social media, then it should be free game for her to check your phone or your social media. And like niggas ain't gonna want that. So why are you gonna check her shit and it not be okay for her to check yours?
Well, one thing I gotta add is number one, I'm not talking about being all up in somebody's social media. I mean, this is 2019, so chances like I don't even really be in people's DMs like that. But the reality is, a lot of times motherfuckers are meeting these people through social media. Or so let's not act like most people nowadays actually meeting people like one-on-one in person, and then they're just going to look on social media.
Listen, I'm a veteran of meeting bitches on social media.
Okay, so if you connect, sometimes you connect with a phone number, sometimes you connect it first through social media. Like, what's your gram? What's your Facebook? That's just the nature of where we are. So this idea that like just because what I said automatically means that I'm into my social media. You don't like the way these look, man. I work with a cell phone manufacturer. These apps automatically connect your contact with the social media. I mean, so you don't really have to look. And another thing is too, the type of woman that does that. Now, granted, there's some women you would never know do it that does it. I know a lot about, for instance, females that use underscores and periods in order to hide their damn usernames. I know this because I'm a digital marketer by trade. But what I would say, as well is as far as the answer to checking the phone. I mean, if you're in an exclusive relationship, I have no problem with a female going through my phone because she knows what it is and I told her. So if we're not exclusive, we're not exclusive. I don't believe in lying to females. I believe in doing your master posture, telling them what the fuck it is, and if they got a problem with it, they can fucking go. Like, it is what I mean. I'm not lying. This is the part. I'm gonna say this. This is a part of dealing with multiple women. When you're dealing with one woman, what happens is you play this game where you got a lot of that one woman. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. So when I don't play that little social media bullshit. If you want to act like a hoe or act like a virtual stripper, I'm not mad at you. But I'm not even saying I'm a disrespect for you. But I'm not gonna be giving you all this money, all this protection, all this bullshit, and you're not under my purview. That's just not how it's gonna work. And so a lot of times what happens is too many people want to get over. They want to get more than what they're getting. Females want a wallet, but they want an exclusive wallet, or if the dick is good enough, they want an exclusive dick. But it's like they think they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And when you let them know, like, okay, I mean, that's what it is. And here's the thing. Today, women are always wanting their cake and eat it too, especially women under their 30s. That's always what they try to go for. Now, it depends on how blatant they're going to be about doing it, but they always try, or how fast or slow or how bold or not bold they'll be about it, but they always are trying to aim for that situation, that my cake and eat it too bullshit. And once you understand that, you can see it coming. I mean, people, because you can say all you want to, but you know what I'm talking about.
You keeping it real.
Like, I feel like it's the same, like with men and women. Men want their cake and eat it too. Women are doing the same thing now, and
That's
I
true.
feel like men have a problem with it.
No, no,
because
no.
now
So let
women
me
are
say this.
playing
Hold
the
on, hold
same
on. No, no,
game.
no, 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 no. I'm gonna say it this way. The difference is we're in an environment right now where men can lose everything off playing that bullshit, no matter how they do it. To the point where women can lie. I get it. Women can do whatever the fuck they want to do. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm actually about to create a blog post because we were just talking about tricking before we left, and women want to talk about black men are exploiting women, black women. A lot of times, women don't like dudes going overseas or going to Dominican Republic, and they say we exploiting women, we doing whatever. But what a lot of dudes don't understand is a lot of these females are full of shit because there's places called Urban Escapes, Mocha Fest, where there's cruises,
Shit,
Mocha Fest, Jamaica, where
bruh.
women go to Jamaica. Like
I've been on one.
exactly. So when you understand, and I say, dude, women got more passports than black men do. These
Yes, they
women,
do.
like you got movies like Girls Trip.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Oh
Yeah, it
God.
is. It is. Hold
I've
on.
seen
The
more
first problem,
black
Rain,
women
rain, rain,
abroad than dudes.
rain.
the
My
first problem.
only rain. What I'm saying is you will have the same women that will throw these like rockets at dudes when they know about what they're doing. So it's like I can do it, but you can't do it. So it's not about no we doing it too. It's about women don't want the resources to leave, so they make up this bullshit like they're all staying in the United States and they're being good little women when they hoe it up. Like dudes don't be talking about going through whole
But
phases.
niggas
That's
hold in
women.
the United States and anywhere else they want to. Niggas will hold wherever.
But,
So
but again, let me say
like
this.
women,
But let's
Let me,
think about this. What's the average American to have passport? Black American. What's the average
it's
percentage?
5%.
All right, so
Uh,
that means by the average, a lot of our people not traveling.
My point is this: women do not have any moral authority, just like dudes don't have no moral authority. But women will always talk like they have this moral authority, like what they do is because what men do. No, you're doing what you want to do, and that's it. My goal, this is what my goal is. My goal is for dudes to say, look, if you make sure all the money you're spending it for your intended outcome. Do not sit there and take a woman on a date with this belief that just because she don't go home with you, she's not going home with someone.
mm,
That
uh,
so I just want dudes to be smart. That's it.
that-
And women don't want that because women can't get over. They can't get that chivalry, but not patriarchy. And so that's why they get mad. That's
it's an intelligent thought press, and
Yep.
I co-sign that. Now, who we haven't heard from is Chaos. Chaos. What you got to say on the subject?
About the thirst trap.
Yeah. Thirst trapping, thirst.
Well, thirst trap is validation for a lot of females nowadays,
Okay.
and they not only don't mind it, but it's like this. You don't give the thirst trap to a lot of these females, they don't feel they're validated because it's like an attention seeking thing. They say they don't like it, but in the back of my mind, they do. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
They love that shit.
Of course they do.
They
So
live.
don't believe that they don't like it. That's a fucking lie. A lot of women, on the average, don't know what the hell they want, brothers. You know.
And women live for that stuff. And I
Exactly.
was saying earlier, not to go against anything like what Edward was saying, but see, I'm a person that when I meet a woman, I don't even advise guys do a whole lot of trying to meet women on social media. If it just happens organically, okay, that's fine. But I would never go through the trouble of trying to meet a woman through social media because number one, their social media is a bunch of lies in the first place. They don't look like the pictures they put up. They tell you
True.
anything,
True.
and more than likely you're not gonna get a real clear picture of who they are as a person. So if I can't actually see you, I don't care what you're throwing up on the internet like that. I need to know what you look like in real life. So I'm not interested in your social media image. Period. You know what I'm saying?
But I'll tell you
Now,
this.
like I say, if it happens naturally, so what? But other than that, I would never seek a woman from the internet. That's not gonna happen.
So
But
I
what?
can tell you
What?
specifically from my point of view, and a couple of people on this panel can vouch. I met a whole bunch of chicks from the internet. Whole bunch of chicks on the internet got pictures that do not correspond with what they really look like. Angle magic and makeup is a wonderful, fucking, horrible, evil thing.
Mm-hmm.
fucked up.
It's true. It's true as fuck. These chicks out here is pulling magic tricks. You don't look nothing like your fucking picture.
Hey,
Who are
think
you?
about it. That means somebody photoshopping their picture too.
What'd you
Damn.
say?
No, I was gonna say I seen a couple of them that you know how they use those camera angles to make them look different than they are. Because I've seen some creative camera angles. I'm not gonna lie and say that.
I pulled up on a chick. I pulled up on a chick, and I was like, God damn, she bad as a motherfucker. I get there, I was like, whoa, bitch, hold it, you got a whole fucking sheet on you, bitch. Why you walk around with a blanket on? It's a shawl. Nah, baby, you got a blanket on you. That's a full blanket. Like you, I'm thinking the titties is double D's and everything else. She was a whole motherfucking mess.
But
exactly. Well, I say this. Back in my younger days, and I'm talking about early. I mean, like when I was 18, 19 years old, before the internet was the way it was, used to have a thing called a party line. You know what I mean?
I know the party line.
Yeah, it was easy to talk to a bunch of women, go through some numbers, you talk to a few, and then, people tell you what they look like and all that good stuff, and then, you eventually pick 1, 2, 3 out to go meet. And that taught me then, women constantly lie. The lies is ridiculous. It's women that was so bad, like you wouldn't even really go in the house with them. Like, I've seen women, I've come into the house, and before I was if I didn't want to just have you crying or something like that, it's like, you know what? I left something in the car. I'll be right back. I ain't even came over in no car. I ain't even have a car. I left something in the car. I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? Or let me go grab some condoms from the store. I didn't bring none with me. We already know what the deal is, but I ain't brought no condoms. Come on, let's be for real. These women just constantly lie when it comes to their image. They are so caught up in what their image is supposed to be. To get them to be honest is an extremely hard thing to do. So when it comes to the internet, I don't even trust women when they show me pictures or anything else when it comes to the internet. That's why I don't even worry about it. Like I said, if it happens naturally, just having to get in a conversation, y'all happen to exchange numbers or whatever the case, I understand that. But to go on the internet seeking a woman is almost like going out to seek a liar. Finding the truth is gonna be difficult.
I'm gonna move to number 2 on the list. Number 2 on the list is you are with the chick in a relationship. You've been here for long term. She all of a sudden switch up on you. Now this might be physically. She might change her hair drastically. She might change the way she dressed drastically. She might change what she do sexually. She do some new shit on you. Like, bitch, where you learn that from? How do you respond and how do you react to that? Because that is a sign that she's cheating.
I mean, these are the same niggas that will probably deal with single mothers and cool with being stepdaddy. I mean, I'm not. I just want to say that. But to answer your question, if a woman changes her hair up or does something drastic like that, anything drastic, and she don't even ask you about it, I ain't even gonna put it up without your permission. But she don't even ask you about it, then that's something you need. That's suspect, and automatically.
So how do you handle that? So Edward, you with a chick, all of a sudden she go from the afro to blonde hair and blue contacts and short ass dresses. How do you handle that? How do you respond?
Okay, do you live with her or do you not live with her? Are we dealing with a goofy nigga that lives with a female? Or are we dealing with y'all don't live together?
We're gonna put it in the best scenario. So you're not gonna live with a chick just based off of what you said.
Okay, then you go ghost.
Long term.
You go ghost for 2 weeks for no reason.
Now that is good game. That is good game. I want niggas to listen. That is good fucking game. Now he's from the MGTOW crowd.
Ed Moore, but yeah,
Ed Moore. So I feel like it's kind of the same, but it's the black version and it's a different dynamic. But that is niggas going their own way. So I agree with that. That's old player shit from what I've heard and what I've grown up with. That's how I would handle a situation.
And here's what I'm gonna say. This is what's gonna happen because if she don't care, then you already got your answer. So it's not necessarily like you harming the woman. And if she cares, then okay, she cares, and then you basically let her know what the fuck are you doing. with this, and blah, blah, blah. And then you see how she responds. But if she don't care, then in the relationship. The question is, as a man, are you too emotionally invested, and can you recognize that? Because dudes, that's the question. See, a lot of this comes down to the individual, as far as the individual being cheated on. Because if they become invested and you're invested in somebody that's not invested in you, then that's where all this, and this happens flip side with women. Women get caught up in the dick. And then what happens is they start magically believing they got the magic vagina. When
Oh, skeet, motherfucker.
if you got caught, and see, this is how a lot of females be like, oh, I know I'm gonna get that nigga. I'm gonna have his baby. Like this is
Let's
where that
talk
comes
about
from.
it. Ooh,
But anyway,
we having church today. Listen, who want to participate in church? Who got a motherfucking offering? Who else is up to bat? Who else want to speak on it? Because we're gonna get at church. Who else want to get at church?
Well, you know what? Real talk. If I see those changes in a woman, because and this is just my perspective, as a man, you should not need closure. You have to already understand that women lie and do all kinds of crazy stuff whenever they want to.
that's a good one. That's a real good one.
So if you a man and you see a great change in your woman on some all of a sudden stuff, my thing is you need to make your decision right then. You have two decisions to make. Just like Edward said, just go ghost and just forget about it. Period. You don't need to answer a call. Y'all don't need to have a conversation. Your relationship is over. There is no point in dragging out the ending of your relationship. Just end it. Other than that, if you don't want to do just that, understand she's nothing but your hoe at that point. The only thing she has to give you is sex. So therefore, if she calls you, you don't have a big discussion about anything. Just be like, man, I'm trying to come through, hit it. You know,
Okay.
all that stuff you're talking about, we can say that for another time.
And that.
Go
ahead. No, I was just gonna. Yeah, say that.
Mm-hmm. Every little thing she calls you for, just always. Every time she tries to have the conversation with you, just say, "Don't worry about that right now. I'm just gonna come through and hit it." And you do that until she stops letting you come through and hit it. Period.
No, all I was gonna do is piggyback off of what you just said. That's actually what a lot of dudes that got like a spine do. What they do is they slide a female into the hoe zone. Or basically, that's kind of like putting a quarterback on the bench. And a dude would be like, all right, but they'll be like, okay, she's still hitting it. So I'm gonna let her figure out that this relationship is over, and I'm gonna use her until she gets tired of it. And when women be wondering why dudes because this is the thing, females, I'm most of the time a lot of that bullshit will work, but a lot of times females would think they smarter than a lot of dudes. And here's the thing: if you're dealing with a dude that actually is valued by a lot of women, and women know the dudes like that, when they play those games, it's not hard for a dude to just pull somebody up the starting string. And a lot of dudes don't necessarily want to just completely get rid of the relationship. So what they'll do is they'll basically slide you in the side piece status. And then a lot of times when these females are talking to their girls or whatever, I got cousins that try to do this. They talk about what the dude then did and all this bullshit as if they were completely invested in a relationship. They thought they was gonna be a wife, when in reality they said some fuck shit, and the dude just happens to not give a fuck about searching your social media. He may not even know what you did, but he has intuition. And he basically said, all right, man, it's over. And then he's like, why you start cheating on me? And then a lot of times these women are already playing those games and they act like they the victim. So that's actually what most dudes that actually can get women will do. They'll just say, all right, I'm not about to fuck up the pussy. I'm not going to completely cut cold turkey. So I'm just going to, wind that down. And then she'll figure out the relationship is already over. And then she'll start saying niggas ain't shit.
Beautiful fucking logic again.
100% agree with you on that, dog.
Now, Ray, I'm gonna leave you late. Cap, run it. I just want Rain to come in last, and then we will reply. But go ahead.
I was gonna say I got 100% agree with dude on that. Cause I've seen many times where the woman, especially when I was younger, they thought we were still cool like that. You don't realize you just been put on the back burner, and now it's like anybody else they got a chance to take your spot, and they wonder why 2-3 months later you're not paying no attention to them. He treated me like shit. Wait a minute. You don't realize something. You did something 4 months ago that already put you into that type of status. Or a lot of times I've seen this. Women put half into a relationship, but they want full-term benefits.
Ooh,
And this is
tell him.
my thing is, as
Tell
soon
him.
as I feel like I'm not getting full term benefits, then you're not getting that. You know what I mean?
It's not
You're just
Sunday,
not
but we
getting
going to
it.
church. Goddamn. Tell him. Hold on. So, fam, you came on a little later on, but I want you to introduce yourself and tell you who you are, your channel, everything else.
You talking to me?
Yeah, you. Yeah. Just judge, right?
I'm they call me Judge Dre. I used to do a show called Debating Woes. I haven't done any live shows recently. One, because I've just been working my own business, doing too much at work, but I'm always on a lot of people's panels.
Okay. But yeah, I just I want to. Every black man on here is running a channel, so I
Right.
want your shout out
Yeah.
and let you know who you represent, and what you are. But go ahead, please proceed, because we going to church today. I'm feeling the Holy Ghost right now. God damn it!
Like, I'm not even gonna lie, my woman's sitting here right with me. I mean, one of the things I do, I don't let I don't
You know what?
lie. I don't hope.
And I'm with you. I'm with you 120%. Tell her I said hi. And shit, have her on the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, have her on the show.
Whatever.
Say, hey, listen, he ain't lying. Just so niggas know you're not with the bullshit, because there's a lot of niggas out here faking the funk.
Well, I mean, my woman knows already. I done told her this. I sit here and we watch these shows a lot, and I told her, if you ever acted like one of these broads, we wouldn't be together. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, what I've seen, especially because I'm a guy, I got multiple kids, multiple babies, mothers. Like, I'm not one of those people that sit there and lie about anything. Any question you ask me, I can answer. I don't lie to my kid, don't lie to nobody. Because in my book, a man shouldn't have to lie.
Ooh, hold
This
on.
is the problem that, like, my woman tells me all the time. It's not that I'm mean. I'm just not her way of saying I'm not tactful. Because basically, I will say a lot of things that you may not want to know the answer to it, but I'm just gonna tell you the truth, and sometimes it just hurts a lot.
She coming to Honda. Hey, hallelujah. Because listen,
She said, "What do you say, baby? You say that I'm not tactful.
Tactful.
I'm not tactful at all, huh?
No.
Now, fellas,
am I an asshole? Now, here's the question: am I an asshole?
No.
Sometimes.
I'm an asshole. So.
Oh, she said sometimes I can be. But here's the thing: I tell the truth, though, right?
Yes, you do.
And does the truth hurt?
Sometimes it does.
Okay.
So this is how I operate in life. If you tell the chick the truth, she ain't got no choice but to deal with the truth. You understand? So if you tell the chick a lie, she's dealing with the concept of the lie and moving from there. She has every opportunity to blame you for X, Y, Z. But if I gave you every option out the door and you still choose to fuck with me, then that's on you 127%. It just is what it is.
Well, it's not even the fact of that. I know that I can be an asshole at times, and I figure if we're gonna both work together, I look at it as this. Okay, well, fine. I'll try to be a little bit more tactful at the way I say things, because I do appreciate your presence and company. But I mean, I'll adjust my way, but I don't think I'm gonna make a complete U-turn.
I'm loving this conversation like a motherfucker. Okay, so next person
I like that.
I got to ask the question to is Rain, because she's the only woman on the panel. I want you to look at it from a female perspective, and you've heard everybody's answer, everybody's response, and I want you to respond, because I know that you're intelligent, you are capable of speaking, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So let me hear what you got to say.
Oh my God, I don't know where I want to begin with this. I this is kind of hilarious. So I'm gonna start with you guys that were talking about if a woman changes how she looks or changes up things. Like
But
possibility.
it's more than just the looks. It's drastic
I'm just
changes. So if
drastic
you
changes.
fucking the chick and she do some special trick when she sucking your dick, like bitch, where you learn that from?
I
I got
mean,
questions.
okay, well, women watch porn too, so ain't no telling.
Listen,
Drastic hair.
don't
Wait,
bullshit me
no,
tonight, baby
I'm
girl.
not bullshitting you. You know I'm not bullshitting you because we'll get there. Anyway, as far as like the hair and shit, like I think that's kind of petty to be thinking like, oh my God, she went from this to this. Oh, she might be cheating. To be honest with you guys, what y'all failing to realize, women don't have to do shit. She can keep the same routine day in and day out and still be dogging your ass out, and you would never know. And those are the smart ones. Like those are the ones you would least expect to cheat on you, that are cheating on you. Y'all can sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, they want this, they do that." No, y'all sleeping on the ones like the ones y'all wouldn't. Oh yeah, she doesn't have a social media. She doesn't do that. That bitch got 10 dudes lined up.
Okay, my
Well,
nigga, listen.
unfortunately, you women always have multiple people. I mean, as soon as a nigga step to the
Okay, wait a
side, it's
minute.
always five
You
motherfuckers
already.
in the same place.
I'm gonna need you to rephrase that. You women, no, don't do that. I'm
I'm
a.
Well, you
saying,
know what?
I'm
You know what?
saying you as women. There's always, if we step to the side, as they say, there's always five other niggas that would love to take our place. We know that.
So, oh
Most
no,
smart men know that.
Brittany. I mean, Donnie. Didn't we talk about this the other day? Y'all. I was asked if me and my husband broke up today, would somebody take his place? What was my answer?
Yes,
Yeah, I heard your
yes.
answer, but what was my answer?
No, but you come on now, Donnie. You and me know we've had conversations. You already know.
Not
So
realistically. Realistically,
realistically,
every man knows there's a bunch of other dudes ready to hit his woman. Period. And
Thank you.
okay,
some of
I'm
them
a,
gonna do something. Some of them are willing to do certain things in order to hit the broad. That's just what it is.
The
No,
better
men
your
well,
chick
look,
as a
I'm gonna let
man.
you know
as a
something.
man,
Can I?
I already accept that women are hoes. Period. The
okay,
only thing
I'm
that
gonna
a
just
man
stop
can
y'all
do,
real quick because I got
no, no,
cut off and
Hold
I
on,
didn't cut none of y'all off.
hold on.
oh,
But
I'm gonna get you, but let me say this. As a man, I know the better that my chick is, the worst end of the stick I have because niggas is always trying to hit on my chick. So if I have a chick that look like little ugly bitch, everybody know little ugly bitch from social media. Uh, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of niggas really just running after that bitch. However, if my chick look like Rihanna, the minute I go to the bathroom, niggas is like, "Hey, listen, bitch, this is my little number, this is my contact, this is my card." Da, da, da. So I understand that dynamic.
You
But the
can even have
moment,
an ugly chick; they gonna still try to hit it. I mean,
right,
it's just the fact
it
is
just
you
is.
already come on now. You a man, you already know that.
I
Now,
understood it, but the moment my chick starts to change up drastically, there's a
oh yeah.
cause and effect behind that because my leadership has guided her in one way, and the moment you start to do a whole bunch of extra shit, you start putting out some shit that's just foreign to me, and we've been in a relationship for a good minute.
Oh, of
That's a
course, that
change
means
in
you're
dynamic.
trying to not even the
but y'all
fact of that,
y'all missed what I was
impress
saying.
somebody
A
else.
woman doesn't have to change to cheat on you.
No, what? No, what? All right, I agree with you.
I
What
mean,
you're saying.
here's the thing.
What?
Here's the thing. The problem is how this question is being framed in the first place. This is why it sounds like I'm kind of like divulging from what's being said. But we established this at the beginning. Yeah, if a woman is changing up her pattern, that means she's been doing it for a while. Like, and that means she's choosing to do that and she's being bold about it. So I'm very much aware that a woman does not have to change her pattern. This is why it's important to understand female nature. Because what you have to understand is if a woman is afraid to lose something that you have,
Mm.
she tends to be smarter. She tends to not cheat. Because regardless of how many dudes that are walking up to her, if that woman believes that the man that she is with is diametrically above the level of the niggas that are dealing with her. I mean, let's keep it real. She don't even see that dude. This is why when particularly African American women, they tend to harshly reject certain dudes if they are below in her mind below enough her level in order to create that kind of like unapproachable situation, especially when she has a dude that she's cool with. Now that don't necessarily mean he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. That could just be mean that nigga know how to put it down. He may not be doing shit else, and she may find another dude to be like to fill that emotional role. And most dudes don't even care about that. But the point is, you got to understand female nature. And this is, this is what I hear when I hear Rain talking about, well, they could just cheat and not do nothing. Women are very good at compartmentalizing stuff. But I will say this, there are things that you do over time, because we're talking about relationships. If you've been in a relationship with a woman has a pattern. And there's in this idea that she completely is always 100% on that pattern. Nah, there's things that women have to do. that can give you indicators, even emotionally. Those are nonverbal cues. Like women cannot help but lose respect for you if they're cheating on you. And you see that in the leadership. And if you're a guy that's used to leading women, you can detect that. If you're a guy that's used to being a beta and used to looking for a woman's validation, you can detect that. That's it.
And
Well,
not to
anybody else?
mention, I just wanted to say real quick that at the end of the day, if smart men already know women are hoes from in general, and the only thing that if you're dealing with a chick, the only question is she gonna stop being a hoe for you? Women nowadays are just most of them are just hoes. That's just what it is. So men don't expect no woman to come around and not have like 3-4 other guys already in the picture as it is. The thing is that she gonna pull back from those 3-4 other 5 guys. You know, but no, I'm saying most women. I mean, it's not every last one of them, but most women they hoes from Jump Street.
I'm sitting here talking to my guys, my girl. She said a women hoe. She said, yeah, sitting in the back break room and run. Most of them are. Man, that's bad when a woman say that.
Well, I think it's good for women. It's good for women to know that we as men know they hoes already. You know, a lot of them don't think we know this.
Well, I mean, I think that what the thing is this is you just got to find somebody who you realize if y'all working to more of a common goal more than anything. I think that needs to come first in any relationship because once y'all not working towards a goal together, that you can usually tell if the person is really want to be there for you if they're working towards that goal with you. If they're not working to that goal with you, if they're just say one using your money or they need you to do this and that, or you just benefit them in that way and in other ways like that. I mean, unfortunately, you benefit a person and say in a certain way, like financially, anybody can come take your place. But if you two
So,
are working towards a common goal, then not everybody can come in and take your place like that.
so the
Because
dynamic of this show, I just want everybody to know, is for the nigga who is that fucking stupid, for the dude who is that misunderstanding. So please break
definitely.
down in any way, shape, or form possible for the dude who just like nigga, how do you not know this? Like, huh? So this is who I had you talking to, but just please proceed any way, shape, or fashion or form. I just want that to be known.
You well, I want to. Well, if you're going like that, most men are not as stupid as like you're saying. They know, but some men don't care.
No, I ain't gonna say that. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie because I've been stupid myself, and sometimes you fall into that love so much and
You
you
were in
don't think
denial.
right, you blinded. And I mean, everybody in the world can be telling you that this person ain't shit. They ain't the
Tell
right
them.
person. They ain't looking out for you, man. I have done it. Like I said, I've left good women alone for a piece of trash. I mean,
I find
literally, I've been fucked 6 ways to Sunday, as they say.
I find it funny, like y'all say that, but it's all roles reversed. Like y'all be like, "Well, you knew that. Women know that. This women ain't stupid."
Well, I ain't gonna say we know it's. I ain't gonna even say that because I just remember some of the
No,
dumb shit I did, especially
I
when I
don't.
was
I
younger.
don't
I
know
look
you
back
like
on
that.
myself. No, but I look back on myself and I'd be like, what the fuck was I thinking at that time? But then I realized it's a growing pains. I'm gonna let you know like this: the only man that hasn't done something stupid for a woman is a gay man.
Tell them.
That's the only. All of us have done it at one point or another. Well, some of us may have not went down that far that road, but all of us has done something stupid for a woman at one point or another. And then you look back and say, "Why the fuck did I do that?"
Yeah, and it should happen when you're young. That's all I say on
Definitely.
that. It should
When you
happen
get
when you're young.
Right, definitely. Like it surprises me. I'm not even gonna lie. It surprises me when I see older women who will say like who haven't had a kid and they have a kid by like shit dudes who are just should just been hey this should have just been a hit and quit dude and I should have got wet and that's what it should have been. It's not been should have been a person I'm popping out a kid and you see them do shit like that and you be like damn you too old for that. I can see back when you was 21, 22. But you 28 plus, you're too old for that. You should
No,
already know the difference between the fuck somebody I'm just fucking and somebody who have a kid with.
no. Honestly, that's just them accepting their level. A lot of women are in denial about what level they're actually on, and when they have a baby by a dude like that, that's them accepting their level. They're not gonna come out and admit that that's their level, but they know they can't really pull nobody better off than that particular guy. So they just accept
No,
it to their level.
I ain't even gonna say that because man, oh man, I've seen like just give an example. I got a play niece, right? She got like three niggas who, when I say these are real good dudes, who just all on her want like she got two kids by two different daddies, both of them in jail for one in jail for drugs, the other one in jail for robbing people. It's his second stint on shit. Now she got three niggas that one nigga got a very good ass job. I mean, immaculate, wants to buy a house that she won't get this motherfucker the time of day. And I mean, like literally, she talks to him like shit. He still keep coming back around. He want to do shit for the kids. All of this shit. Don't give this nigga time of day. But you got another nigga over here, another nice dude. Got his shit together. Go to work every day. Only got one kid. Sees his kid. Won't want to get that motherfucker the time of day. You know what I mean? That's what I said. So these a lot of these young boys. I've heard her talk to him like shit, and they just keep following her. And I'm like, God damn, have you ever fucked this bitch?
But
Because she must have like put it on your ass once and then just kicked your ass to the curb and this motherfucker just running around and while she's sitting up here holding conversations with niggas in jail. And you're like, what
but
the
the thing
fuck?
but the thing is, a lot of women, even though they won't say it, they know if they're with a man in a better position, that
Mm-hmm.
she can't be how she wants to be with that particular man. So rather than lose the bum guy that she knows she can get to do whatever, she don't want to go deal with that man that actually has options because she knows she ain't gonna never be with that dude on that level. And if she starts dealing with him like that, he's going to see it, and she know he gonna see it. So at the end of the day, she's accepted her market value, whether she's gonna tell you or not.
Oh no, I just find it kind of stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe when I was younger, with a couple of women that probably was just all on me, and I just wasn't attracted to like that. I can see that, but I mean, I ain't gonna never sit up here and turn down say, none of the women I dated or something like that was just like off good, lazy, no job, couldn't do shit to the table, but would get my dick wet.
I
But
don't
I
think
mean, I've
there's
seen a
too many
lot of
women out
women,
here, but
but
the
no, see, I've
dynamic
seen
is some
women
women
date
hitting
men like that.
Yeah. But so I think when women date these men like that, they date these men like that. They bring a element of excitement.
I guess that's the only thing
Be,
I can see for it. But I mean, I remember. I hate to say, I remember when I was young and dumb. But I ain't gonna lie. By the time I was about 23, 24 at the latest, I was done with that shit. I ain't even gonna realize. I realized at a young age. I used to hang with a lot of older people. By the
so
time I hate to say, by the time I was 21, I had been to so many fucking bars. The bars was played out. I remember I didn't get
mhm.
carded by this one bar that I had been going to for 5 years until a week after my 21 birthday. And she
Yeah.
finally carded me, and she was like, "You only 20? You've been coming here for years." I'm like, well,
Well, it is what it is.
right.
So let's move to number three. Number three on the list is one that I feel like is very important to have a conversation about for men and women. I feel like this is the dynamic that never really gets explored. It gets explored, but not on the level we finna explore tonight. Um, this conversation is about women that have male friends. I'm not talking about you got a gay friend, but you have a lot of male friends or just enough male friends to where you go, come again? You finna do what with who? You going
Right.
out with where with who? Huh? That's your who, your male friend. So I feel like male friends are a red flag as fuck in terms of of, of being in a relationship with a woman. When a woman has a male friend and he's not gay, and really sometimes even that, like that nigga got to be well passed over the rainbow for me to be like, oh, so you dress in drag and you do all this? Okay.
Right,
Okay.
right.
For me to kind of
Well,
even sort of be like, so anybody want to tackle that first?
ooh, I can say on that with the friends. I mean, I've never been a type of person like that, but I can definitely understand as a man because I've been the friend and of a woman who have had with a dude, and I know that sometimes her talking to me at certain times, even though we may not talk often, we may only chop it up once or twice a month, but we may not talk often. But that I can see how that could look to them because especially if I'm single, not in a relationship at the time. Most of the time, a male friend, if they got a chance to tap that on one of those days where this nigga the worst motherfucker in the world and I can't stand this nigga. Oh, well, come on, baby, let me take you out. Next thing you know, y'all done had too many drinks and he on top of you. But I ain't gonna lie. I have been the one on the sideline before, so I know exactly when
I
I
am
was
the one
younger.
who
That
knocks.
definitely worked. That definitely worked where you be the friend and all like that. But then after one of the things I try to tell people, especially looking for a relationship, look at the type of men that they've always been dating. If they always dated hood type niggas and you a clean cut nigga, 9 times out of 10, if she does get with you, you're probably going to get cheated on because you're a totally different type of nigga than she's used to dating. And 9 times out of 10, if she likes hood niggas, then it probably when you find out that she's cheating on you, it's probably going to be with a hood nigga.
So what you're saying is you are the safety pick while she still goes out here and fuck with these hood niggas to see if she can hit the lotto. But if she
Thank you.
ultimately
That's
doesn't
exactly.
hit the
I've done
lotto,
that
she
before.
gonna
Yeah,
run to you. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, I've
Anybody
done
else?
that before.
Rambo.
Hoes gonna be hoes at the end of the day, and niggas just gotta realize that. Just like y'all was talking about on social media, if she has a lot of male, especially male friends, without really a good reason for them to be male friends, that's just she's
Oh, you
already
got
showing you attention of.
whatever.
If a woman sees the attention of other men, it ain't no good.
Whatever.
Are y'all catching?
Now I
Hello.
heard.
What's going on? We got
My,
some confusion and everything else. So I need y'all to speak on it.
Mhm.
yeah, all I'm saying is a bunch of male friends that you have for no apparent reason. If you on social media, set this up close in person. That being the case, the woman is already showing you she needs the attention of other males to be satisfied. And if you're trying to be with a woman that needs the attention of other males to be satisfied, then yeah, I mean she's gonna sit on you eventually if she ain't doing it at that moment anyway. Because women will have sex for attention. They will do what it takes to get attention. And when they start dealing with or talking to different guys, some guys gonna get fed up because it's like, okay, well, we cool, but every time I holler at her about something else, she she uh she ain't trying to give me no attention. If I call her, she don't answer the phone. So screw her. I ain't even do you bother with her. So now she needs to get that attention from that particular guy. So the only way to really get that attention is to give him sex, and she'll do it because she's addicted to attention. So
Mm-mm.
if a bunch of male friends is just showing you that your woman is addicted to attention. Period. And any woman that's addicted to attention, she needs some more dick. One dick is not gonna do it. Don't make a difference what kind of man you are or what you got. Yeah. That's a woman way of telling you what's going on. It's just you either listen or you're not. I'm telling you, she a hoe. It's on you if you don't believe it. I was done. I'm just done. Must have stepped away for a second.
That's he's breaking up.
Will anyone do?
Doing something.
too. I think they telling themselves all the time. It's just for whatever reason we don't want to pay attention to it because we get too caught up into people entire ego. If men let their ego go, they'll be able to make a lot of better decisions when it comes to the chick.
I think that goes for both men and women on that issue.
I ain't worried about what their struggle is. I'm talking about the men right now. Women ain't they emotional. They gonna have a whole lot of other struggles to deal with. So I ain't gonna even get into that. But
well, one of the things is saying this is I know I piss a lot of people off. I ain't even gonna lie, but unfortunately, I don't think a lot of women should be in leadership positions, and it just because sometimes it's just that I believe they put too much emotion in a decision that should be made, to do what's good and greater good. And they'll put too much emotion in the decision. And sometimes a hard decision has to be made that emotion will make you make the wrong decision because you put too much of that in the decision instead of what is, for the greater good.
Well, I mean, most women can't really handle a leadership position, and that can be proven when you simply look at how many female leaders there are and how much whatever that little company or whatever it is that they're leading has actually accomplished. A lot of women just aren't good in female leadership positions.
So I do not want to say that. The reason I do not want to say that is because for political reasons, if you look in the next probably year to the next 8 years, there's going to be a lot of black women or black-ish women. I said black-ish for a reason. Black-ish women who are going to be put in prime positions or spots to be black leaders, and that is to silence and quell black males. So I don't want to say that. I don't want to say
I'm gonna
that.
tell you why I come to that. Right, I understand exactly what you're saying. I'll further double down on that, saying like this. Just to give an example, I'll tell you, the only way I would ever consider a woman in a leadership position, let's say president or something like that, if she's been known for calling out other women when they do something wrong. Unfortunately, a lot of women, they don't call out other women. So you realize that any decision that's going to be made, if it's going to make any women's life hard, they're not going, they're just going to err on the side of caution on that. And those decisions will just be skewed one direction too far. Now, if you understand what I'm saying. Like me and we'll say, this motherfucker down here need to get his motherfucking ass a job. I ain't doing shit for this nigga because he ain't doing this, that, or the other. Where most of the time, if it was a female leader, she'd say, these bitches ain't need to stop having all these damn kids because we ain't paying for all of this shit. If she was a woman that came out and said that as a leader, oh, I definitely back her. But most of the time that I see, every time it's an issue that deals with other women, they handle it with kid gloves, and they don't want to make that hard decision because it seems like it got too much emotion in it, and that's what I've always noticed.
So we
those
found
positions.
another topic for another show. I love this. We often get off rails, and that's fine.
Do me a favor, please send me an
we
invite to that show.
yeah, we gonna have. I found another topic because we gonna run that back. Raj, you listening? This is a topic. Now, Rain, you still on here?
I think she got off.
But before
okay, well, it's nothing I can do with her.
Like, who is Dre? Like, who am I? I saw her say.
So we're gonna run. We're gonna run number 4 on the list. Now, number 4 on the list is what I feel like is a strong indication. Sometimes dudes miss it. Sometimes it may be convoluted with a lot of bullshit. So you are with a woman, you are dating her long term, you are with her, maybe living with her, or you are just long term girlfriend. It is what it is. All of a sudden, she starts to deny you sex. Now, there's many reasons for the denial of sex. There's many reasons for whatever her bullshit excuse is, but she went from being a freak or at least moderately having sex with you to no sex. What do you do? How do you respond? And how do you interpret that?
You got to answer that one first.
No sex, no money. You're in a relationship with a woman. It's mutually beneficial. Whatever you got going on with her, if she cut off the sex, cut off the money. Period. A
So
lot of
you're
guys.
so what you're saying, I just want to interpret this. So you're saying if you are sleeping with baby and baby just starts cutting off the sex and you start going on dates, you sliding the bill back to her and like, listen, my car is here, where is yours? Is that what you saying?
No, I'm saying cut off. Yeah, cut off the money in all facets. If y'all in a relationship, you know what I'm saying. Women are going to require men to do stuff for them. So if she you sex, you used to paying bills. You should stop giving her money to do whatever you give her money for. The different requests that she asks, all the benefits that she gets from having a man, cut it all off. You know what I'm saying? Not even just the money. If you need me to move this couch for you, whatever, any benefit that she gets from having a man, cut it off. If she can't give you sex, then why are you giving her the benefits of having a man?
I can agree with that.
Okay. And who else? What is your options in terms of this? What are you doing? How do you move?
What if she's not giving me sex?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's not giving me sex. I mean, it sounds like the relationship is running its course and it's time to move on.
Boom.
Boom.
I mean, but I've seen, I've heard of a lot of relationships though where the men go months without. I can see if your sex drive is just that low or whatever at that time. But I've heard a lot of times where men have gone months without getting laid, and I'm like, well, goddamn, you go to work every day, you do this every day, you pay the bills every day. I wish you can't go months without paying a light bill. See what happened?
So I understand the dynamic of, because I've been in this situation, and this is crazy for me to even say.
Are we live?
I understand. Yeah, yeah. So I understand the
What
dynamic
channel
of
we're on? Because I don't know what channel this is.
you ain't shit for watching.
So,
Yeah, because at any point you gonna feel like, son, any of us have said ain't shit, and if you continue watching, you ain't shit for watching, and that's just how I feel about the scenario. But as a black man who, with some sex symbolism, and I've been out here and got it, I'm tired of the motherfucker. I done had a chick get on top of me. I'm like, listen, get off me. I'm tired. I'm tired. And she do a whole bunch of shit to get my dick up, and I'm sleep to the motherfucker, and she on top of me. I understand that dynamic of just not being capable or wanting it, because it is what it is. However, if you go for months at a time, you've gone out of your way to deny your other person, probably because you're sexually satisfied. So that's just how I look at the situation. If we go 2 weeks and you ain't even made the effort, I got to cancel you.
wow.
If I'm in a relationship with a woman and she can't have sex with me and it's not a medical issue going on, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's her purpose? Like, what is she doing? What is she bringing in my life that I really need from her that it wouldn't be smarter for me just go get it from somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, I this the same way women talk about all this stuff they can do and they don't need a man no more. Well, men already been in this position where we ain't needed them. If you ain't bringing sex to the table, why are you here?
Well, a lot of times they think that I've seen a lot of relationships like that where they just think that it's still up to them on that issue. But they'll take months off of that shit, but yet you can't take months off from paying the bills or protecting her or doing whatever you need to do.
You taking months off, I'm taking months off. Listen, we're going half for this month. Well, I just can't have some medical condition. Cool. You go ahead and get your ass to work and make sure that medical condition pays these bills.
It would take no more than 3 or 4 weeks to find out where I'm standing. Because if I was dumb enough to be in a position where I'm living with a woman, and that's just me, that is dumb for me to live with a woman that I'm not married to. But if I'm doing that for whatever reason, when I want sex and I get denied it, and it ain't got nothing to do with a medical issue, that's the moment I'm gonna stop. Period. You see what I'm saying? Ain't another bill about to get paid up in that boy. I ain't finna do nothing. You start hearing from the light people or the gas people or the rent folks or whoever, she'll figure out what's wrong. And when she come ask me, why didn't you do something? Why ain't you do such and such? If you ain't put yours, I ain't put mine in. Just- And she can tell how she can take. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's time for me to stack my bread because it look like my situation about to change.
Mm, mm, mm. So we have a consensus on that, like a motherfucker.
I don't have no use for I don't have no use for a woman that can't have sex. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. If we've been together and I've chosen you and you my wife, and I've literally made the decision that whatever comes in your future, I'm going to deal with it. So yeah, if you get hit by a car and you can't perform no more, that's just what it is. But I'm not starting anything out like that. I'm not picking a quadriplegic to, you know what I'm saying, to be involved in a relationship. That's not what I'm picking. So if you can't tell me you can have sex right now and there's no medical issue, that means you can tell me that in the future. So guess what? I'm not gonna put my wife in that position where she already feels like she can just tell me ain't gonna be no sex. Nah, ain't no reason for that. That's dumb on my part.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so we have a consensus on that. So the fifth, the final. Oh yeah, but you just really out of fucking pocket. And this is when you be like, God damn, like did I do something wrong? Because really you did at this point. Is when you start getting indications via text message or just observation that she's blatantly cheating. And let me say this: so you're in the bed with her, and a lot of people have Wi-Fi phone activity, right? So you can stream Netflix, etc., through your phone, and on her phone screen comes up some shit like "I really missed you" from a dude, or oh, it did. The last time I was with you, X, Y, Z. You see some blatantly disrespectful shit because this is five. This is the fifth level. You see some blatantly disrespectful shit. How do you handle it? How do you respond? Now you live with her. I'm talking about the worst of the worst. You've been with her for years. You talking about getting married. This is your scenario. This is the one you plan on being with. You got a joint bank account.
So who you want to go first on that?
You know, first to be like,
I mean,
Don,
if you already had that, and somebody else calling her like that, I mean, unless this was somebody who ain't called her in years before y'all met, if that happens, and it's somebody you done heard about before, I mean, it's time to tell her to kick rocks. I mean, y'all ain't not in no relationship. I mean, I don't understand what. There's no other reason that is. Y'all supposed to be living together and all like this, and another nigga calling her saying some shit like that. That showed that she must have been giving this nigga some type of attention.
yeah, I'm gonna say it like this: if once your chick has sex with another chick, she already gone. Period. In her head, she's gone. I don't advise any man to even have a real conversation with a chick that you know is having sex with another man. It doesn't make a difference what the excuse is. She gone in
Mm-hmm.
the head, period. And if she can be gone in the head once, even if y'all try to work stuff out, she can be gone in the head again, and you'll be stuck in the same situation. So, leave excuses at that point. You,
Definitely.
my advice would be to just simply leave. Period. You don't have to talk about it with her. Don't give her no closure. Don't give her nothing. Just take your stuff and disappear. Don't answer the phone no more. Don't even give her a chance to create a negative situation for you. Just take your
I,
stuff
I
and bail.
I did something similar like that. I was dating a chick. We stayed in New Jersey, and she was always getting it on for getting it. Like after I met her and after we decided to stay together, I learned her attitude problems were real bad. So one of the times is we got into a little stick, and I knew it was gonna get bad later. She had to go out with her friends for a meeting. They were going out to dinner or something. I said, "Oh, don't worry, baby. We'll talk about it when you get back. We'll talk about it. It ain't that bad." By the time she came back with her friends, I had packed up and moved out of state.
And to me, that's the way stuff like that is supposed to be handled. You
Yeah.
already know how laws are. We know how the system is, and there is no reason in engaging a woman to make things to make create a worse situation for yourself. So if you get to that point, just simply disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And if you
and we're
really,
going to jail for.
yeah, and technically, one of the worst things you can do for to a woman is to leave her without closure. I would never even tell a woman, she cheats. Just disappear. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. She already done moved on. You don't owe her nothing at that point because she's already having sex with another person. So you don't owe her an explanation, closure, anything like that. Just get your stuff, disappear, and don't give her nothing as far as why I left. Just disappear.
Hmm. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I've learned from experience the best way to do, especially if you get into an argument or a shouting match with a woman, you're not going to win no type of way. Because in the system, you're not going to win because they're going to have sympathy to them. You're not going to win on the streets, because most of the time it's always another simp ass nigga out there. Oh man, a real man wouldn't have let that bother them or no shit like that. Going somewhere with that shit. You know what I mean? You're not going to win no way around it. I mean, I'm actually to the point like now, especially if I was say I'm a young buck and I'm out there on the streets, I got to carry a concealed weapon, and I was attacked by a woman. I would let her hit me. I fall to the ground, pull out my gun, and put a bullet in her ass right then. And I hate to say it like that, but the problem is this: I'm not worried about what the woman would do to me. I'm worried about if I just, they'll let this woman scream, holler, hit me, and ever spit on me and everything, won't say a damn word. But as soon as I deck this bitch because she almost put a knife in my eye, oh nigga, why are you hitting her? That's a woman. Don't you do no shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, then you got to worry about getting your ass beat from 10 other motherfuckers that's trying to get a whiff of the pussy.
I feel you there, and I can't blame you because at the end of the day, well, for me, I just say it like this: I never got an indication that I brought into this world to let people beat on me.
Uh-huh.
You got that indication.
Hmm.
My
Right, but
parents.
I've seen, like I said, I've seen a lot of people get hurt that way, and I watched a woman like chase a dude all the way around, and nobody didn't do shit. As soon as she came, she picked up like a fork and went to stab him. She had like sliced it at him once, and it cut his shirt, and it might have cut him a little bit, but then the next time he turned around and just decked her, and when he decked her, like five motherfuckers ran to beat the shit out of him, and that
He
stomped the
was
shit
Freddy
out that
fucking
man.
Cougar at that point. That nigga was
Right,
a
but
fucking candy man. He was a monster. How dare
right.
you?
Right, but if she had sit up here, she had damn near swiped at the man, ripped the shirt open with a damn fork, and I'm pretty sure if they caught the shirt, I'm pretty sure it scratched him up too, and he just decked her, and she went right down to the ground. Oh my god, she went straight into bitch mode, and then like five motherfuckers stomped the shit out that man, and I mean
Well,
literally, he had to be picked up by an ambulance.
them dudes are stupid. Honestly, if a woman is into it with her man, I ain't doing nothing. That's y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You're wrong if you just a random stranger trying to you hit or attack a woman or try to steal her purse. Yeah, I'll step into something like that. But if it's your man, I don't care what you and your man do. If your man sit there and eat you bloody, that's y'all. You see what I'm saying? Because that's y'all relationship. Y'all know y'all dynamics of y'all relationship. And if
Mm-hmm.
a woman likes an abusive man, it's not for me to make her not be with an abusive man. I give you my advice and say don't be with an abusive man, but I can't make it. You know what I'm saying? So if your
Well,
man blew off you, I'm fine with that.
I mean, we done all been in that way before. You know that when somebody care about somebody, they could be beating the brakes out their ass. They're not gonna leave that person until they ready
Nope.
to leave them.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you might as
they'll
well
ride
just
the wave all the way the
give them
fuck
your
out.
advice. Because I used to tell people, don't mean shit. If that motherfucker ain't ready to leave them, they not leaving. Because I sit
Exactly.
back and look at the dumb shit I did. My family told me, how in the hell did you stay with her for so fucking long? And it was like finally afterwards, I ain't even gonna lie, to this day, I make sure that I don't never spend no time around her whatsoever. Because I make sure I'm not going down that road no time soon.
Now I feel you. But see, I'm gonna say as being a good brother, if I see a woman getting beat up by her dude, now I'm not gonna step in it if I see they together in a relationship. But once dude get through beating her, I will help her get some help. You know what I'm saying? Like I take it to the hospital if she needs.
The
I'm
first time I learned that lesson, I was 17. I
Wow.
was dating a chick, and we was out in the car trying to get it in, and it was a white chick getting her ass whipped by a white dude. And I said, "Oh shit, I can't let this chivalry powers activate." And I went and hopped in the back seat, and I grabbed a bat I had for baseball and ran up. And immediately, as soon as the chick seen the bat, she was like, "Oh no, it's not that serious." Now he was whipping her ass everywhere, left, right, up, down. And I said, "Oh, okay." And I had to really sit and reflect on that shit. And I said, "You know what? He whooped her ass, but she didn't want nothing to happen to him. I'm not going to ever get involved in this situation ever again."
I got you beat. I was this happened to me just actually a couple. This had to be about 4 or 5 months ago. I was walking home and I watched a dude get out the car, and I watched a girl get out the car, and then the dude got out the car like he was like yelling, screaming, he was yelling back and forth. She got out the car just walking. I'm standing, I'm standing there waiting at the bus stop. She screaming and hollering. Next thing you do, too, they gonna start going after her. They at each other. She's screaming and hollering. He beat the shit out of her ass. And then like she had like grabbed, she started hitting him back, and she grabbed her phone. He grabbed his phone and slammed it on the ground. And he was like, well, she was like, "Oh, you just call the police? Let me call the police." So I'm like, all right, fine. I'm sitting here like I just had my phone in my hand. So he looked at, he looked like, "Oh, nigga, you gonna do something?" So I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm sitting back here. I'm like, "Look, nigga, you better stand the fuck back. I ain't this bitch right here. You even get close to me, I'm swinging because I don't even know your ass." Long story short, after all the bullshit, the police just happen to roll up. They see this shit. They start chasing his ass immediately. I mean, literally, they out with guns drawn, all like this. This nigga like run, jump a fence, get caught up, flipped over, fall, and bust his head on the concrete. The police didn't
God
even
damn.
get to him yet. Why was this bitch there whining for him not to be hurt and all this bullshit? Then when the police talking about what the fuck going on, right? The police was just like, "Wait a minute, we heard about because somebody else called the police because they heard about her being beat." Well, it ain't that bad. This, that, and just give me my keys to my car and all like this. Her girl that came down. What are you talking about? Oh, I don't want to press no charges. The police like, what the fuck? We got all these witnesses talking about him beating the shit out your ass. I don't want to press no charges. It ain't really that bad. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, you sitting up here, four motherfuckers probably could have got killed right there. And you talking about, oh, everything cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's what women normally gonna do. And at most, all I'm gonna tell dude, because I've come across these situations where dude about to mollywop the chick, and at most I'm gonna say, "Hey, dude, if you beat her in public, they're gonna arrest you. You don't want to beat her in public, do you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He may not beat her in public. He may go ahead and beat her in public.
Beautiful.
Oh, Rain over here huffing and puffing. Let's hear what Rain got to say.
No, because I feel like y'all are disgusting. Like y'all are
Why are
sitting
we
here
disgusting?
laughing. Y'all are laughing at this. Like this is horrible.
It's
Like
funny because these chicks really
that,
do bring it on themselves.
so okay, what I really thought was disgusting, Roger, you wrong. To sit there and say, "Oh, I'm just gonna watch her get her ass beat and then take her to the hospital." That's
No,
not
no, no.
fucking funny.
She's
No,
not.
like that's not funny at all. Like wow.
She's a random woman,
And
and she gets beat up.
okay,
Right.
I understand you don't want to jump in because you never know what may happen.
No, no, no.
Understandable.
Saying that
But
at
to
all.
sit there and to crack a joke about it,
No, no,
that's where I'm saying it's
no,
disgusting.
no.
And if
Hold
y'all
on.
don't see that as being disgusting, I'm not gonna start talking because y'all was cut off earlier. So I'm gonna
So
finish my point.
you feel like the
So if I
joke
feel
was
like
too far.
Hold
it
on.
was
Let me
too
clear this
far
up.
because y'all don't understand that this is a serious thing.
Rain, let
Like
me clear this up with you. Let me clear this up so there's no misunderstanding. I don't care about her getting beat by him. That's their relationship. All I'm saying is when he's done beating her because she's still a woman, I'll help her go to the hospital. I don't care about their relationship. I know women, there are women that just simply like to get beat, and that's their choice as an adult. I can't
if you
control.
go back and listen to how you said that though,
I'm
people
saying
would look at it being like, wow, like
I'm
that.
saying,
Okay, well he's clarifying it now.
clarifying it. Point blank.
But
Period.
you were cracking like I'll pick her up and take her to the hospital. Like what the fuck? Like that's not funny.
I'm sorry. I feel like that was
But if
funny,
you
but
but see now you see now Brandon is still laughing even though I just stated like that picking a person up that just got their ass beat, regardless if they want that or not, is not funny. We got that
here's the
going
question.
on way too long.
I got a question for you, Rain. You ain't never laughed at nobody who got their behind whipped?
So,
A woman getting her ass beat by a man? No.
Period. No, I mean by
shit.
anybody.
No,
That shit's not funny.
He asked
Now, here's a
you
question. I got a question for Rain.
question. Have you've laughed at people who got their ass beat? Let's not play that.
Right.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. You wrong, Donnie.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
You
I'm just
wrong.
asking a question.
No,
I'm just
Go ahead. Ask your question.
that situation goes back to if that person is like whatever he fucks Roger. God dang it, y'all switch y'all names up.
Bullshit.
Beat up.
Right.
No, I laugh at the context of.
Hold on. Just got a question for you. Go ahead.
That's not me talking.
Let Judge ask his question. I'm gonna get into that. Judge got his question. Go ahead and ask your question,
Pam. Just to sit there and be like, oh, like if I was in public and I seen that, would I jump in? I'd probably be throwing shit from afar. Like I'm not.
Okay, here's the question. I got a question for you, Rain. There you go, right there. I'm gonna let you know like that. I got a question for Rain right here. So you start throwing shit from afar, and the nigga beat your ass. What would you do?
Damn, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get out of that situation. First off, he gotta catch me. That's why
you gotta catch me. Now, Ray, come on now. Here's the question. 9 times out of 10, it's a guy. He's stronger than you. He could probably run faster than you. Because, y'all be looking pretty with your heels and your clothes on that you can't run that fast in.
Before you even know me, dude with the top, before you even acknowledge me, like, I don't wear heels everywhere. If you knew me, I wear kicks. So don't do that.
Stop that. You know goddamn well.
Rain,
it's more than likely a dude's gonna be able to outrun you. So stop
that
bullshit.
I'm just saying is you gonna be looking nice in nice clothing. Most of the time you're not gonna be able to run fast.
Y'all sound like idiots. First off, we're outside in public. Do you
right? You might look nice. I'm just saying, like, look at this. This is a compliment. And she's taking it after this long.
I let y'all speak, and y'all steady cutting me off, making jokes.
I'm sorry. Let her speak. I'm the devil right now in her eyes, and I really don't give a fuck. But it's funny.
I find this funny because I have people watching this, and they're sending me the most craziest shit. Like,
tell that person to come hop on the channel.
They want to, but they can't.
Why can't they?
Because of where they're at right now. They can't.
Who? Okay, tell them. I said when they are free, hop on. So here's the dynamic. So if you are a woman who, and I've seen this on multiple occasions. I've seen women call cousins and family members because they are in a fight with their significant other. Right? Significant other always is whooping their ass. Significant other is whooping their ass and they call the cousin over. The cousin comes over and get his ass whooped too.
But this is what I thought was crazy. Mr. Judge dude was just he had a phone in his hand and he didn't even call the cops. If I see a situation, I'm immediately calling the cops. I don't give a fuck if the dude see me or not. Sir, this person is beating this woman's ass. Come handle it.
Okay, listen. Mr. Judge had a phone in his hand. Listen, you didn't listen to the story. Mr. Judge had a phone in his hand, but the police rolled up while I was talking to them.
Okay.
They just happened to roll around the corner. So it ain't like she asked me to call. Right. So make sure you get the story straight.
No, all I could say was I had the phone in my hand and the dude looked at me and looked like he was gonna jump stupid and don't bring that shit my way. That's what I heard. I didn't hear.
Yeah, I told her that don't bring. Right, I told her that don't bring that shit my way because if you even get near me, I'm dropping your ass.
But what if he would have just whooped your ass? Then what?
Well, he could have probably tried, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been in a lot of fights. I mean, this is my thing. He could have.
A lot of people listen, you don't know.
I don't think I'm the baddest motherfucker in the world.
right then
And
and
I'm gonna
there.
say,
What it was.
I'm not even, I don't think I'm the baddest motherfucker in the world. Right. Any man that I get into a fight with, it's a 50-50 chance that you're gonna lose. It's only two outcomes. You're gonna win the fight or you're gonna lose the fight. I'm just letting him know that I wasn't gonna be no easy win.
You like to take a lunch on my ass. So,
Yeah.
let
Right.
me ask you this. So if you were in a
How did
position
this
to,
go from cheating to this? This is mind
well,
blowing.
no, this is what I'm
We'll
saying.
never
So,
stay on
so
topic.
because we just yeah, this is what it is. We've discussed the topic. So, have you ever had a friend or someone that you knew who was in a relationship with a dude who was domestically abusive, and every time you tried to lead her out the doorway, try to save her, she went back to the dude and was really low key mad at you for trying to help her. Has that ever
Yes.
Do
happened, Rain?
did I ever have a friend? Okay, Thomas.
Friend or anybody that you knew who was in a domestic abusive relationship, and you tried to help her, save her in some way, shape, or form, and because that you did that and you really were trying to lead her out the door, she got mad at you, and it was a problem on your end.
No, I've not had that. No. I've had a
Well,
girl that I knew that mentioned that her dude, I guess, hit her, and then the baby was hitting on her or some goofy shit because
The
the
baby
baby,
is not the baby. No. Oh, okay. I already know
because
where you're
the
going.
baby
Go ahead, please
seen,
proceed.
seen the dad hit on the mom. Of course, we're kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you need to leave. That's not a smart situation to be in because you're potentially putting your child in a situation. And oh my god, this is so wrong.
Oh no, go ahead and break it all down because I
No,
got some commentary for your ass. Go ahead.
but I'm just kind of like that. I'm done. Y'all have a wonderful night.
no,
No,
Okay,
keep talking.
listen, love. So the
no.
person you're talking about, she was dating a dude. The dude was whooping her ass. The baby, he had a daughter that saw her whoop her ass, and the daughter thought it was normal. Now, first off, this is terrible on multiple levels because he's whooping her ass. She's accepting of the ass whooping, and he has a daughter that is watching the ass whooping and is thinking that this is acceptable behavior. So all the way around, this is piss poor fucking behavior. Oh, I'm sorry, it was a little boy, but still, uh, all piss poor acceptable behavior. So the little boy is going to grow up thinking that is okay, that is acceptable behavior, and she's going to continue to get her ass whipped. Now, the breakdown from this is she didn't say anything about it. She didn't try to do anything to save herself or move herself from the situation. Now, as what we are as men saying is, if I jump in to save her like I'm a Power Ranger, like I am a superhero, she's ultimately going to blame me for the situation because she is not ready to give up that piss poor relationship. There are women who are out here who are being abused on several and multiple levels that want to escape the situation. They're looking for help. But if she's not ready to be helped, and she just likes getting her ass whipped, she's only going to look at you as a negative person in this scenario. Does anybody disagree with me?
I totally agree with you on that. And what I'll say is that it doesn't even have to be, when it comes to that situation, it doesn't even have to be a man and a woman in a relationship. Have you even had two friends that get into it and you try to mediate between the two? And then next minute, you know, both of the motherfuckers hate your ass.
Right.
And you're like, dude, I was the one trying to get you guys to be cordial.
So I don't think anybody on the panel is laughing at domestic violence. Domestic violence isn't funny. However, it's funny when you try to save somebody and they trip on you for trying to save them,
Thank
and
you.
then they can proceed to get their ass whooped. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not PC, but you know what? At the end of the day, this channel is called "You Ain't Shit for Watching," so you gonna feel like something I said ain't shit. Here you go.
Well,
Well,
I like the name of that. I think you ain't shit for watching.
I'm
well, my thing is like at the end of the day, what's the big deal? That's my question. If a woman is in a relationship where she likes an abusive relationship, because some women just simply like abusive relationships, you
Hmm.
can give these people advice. You can't dictate how somebody lives. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna live their life how they want to live their life. So if she wants to be in
Mhm.
the relationship, why am I gonna sit there and be worried about, you know, how this is gonna turn out? And I don't even get Rain what she feels like just because a man's that he's technically even responsible to call the police. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, he could, but who cares? It ain't like she about to press charges on the dude. It ain't like nothing gonna happen to this guy. Calling the police is gonna be pretty much a waste of time. She's still gonna go home with the dude. She's still gonna be sleeping with the dude. So what's calling
Mhm.
the police gonna do? Yeah, you
I
can
know
call,
that.
but it ain't gonna do nothing. You
I
know?
it,
Yeah,
it
I say that.
it's
That's like my mom. Oh, go ahead.
it's a dude out here. So I got into it with him. Now, I was probably 20, 21, 22. I got into it with dude, and me and dude had been beefing a while. And I knew for a fact that he was whooping his chick's ass. I've seen him choke her out at the party. I've seen him smack her the fuck across the head. Now, me and dude got into it on a whole separate issue. I whooped his ass. I had him fucked up. He had knots on his head. He like he was fucked up. When I whooped his ass, his girl was there. She picked him up and nursed him his fucking wounds and oh poor baby, oh
Mhm.
and everything else. Now I know he was fucking her up. So that's the shit that we be talking about. When you know a motherfucker is a violent, abusive person, why are you out here coddling him and doing everything for him and you know he's a terrible person? That's the dynamic we are talking about. But proceed, and I'm gonna pick up a point in a minute, but y'all proceed for a little bit.
One of the things I've always said, I tell my son, under no circumstances do you fight over no broad, because you could be talking to a broad or whatever, and she flirting with both of you, and say you both of you niggas, y'all two get into a fight. What if you beat his ass? It don't mean shit. She can still leave with the niggas your ass you done beat, or you can get your ass whipped, and she can still leave with you. But I said either way, it ain't no, you're not gonna get nothing out of the deal, because what, you beat his ass, okay, fine, she still leave with the nigga, and you go to jail. you know,
Yeah, and then you're gonna be facing some serious
charges. Right,
assault.
right,
They're gonna be on the same side at the end of the day.
right. So I play this up, but she gonna go. Just if anything, you just tell the bro, which ass, hey, which nigga you want?
So let me do
That's all
this.
you say.
So let me do this because women are going to think that we're horrible, and I don't want anybody to think that we are talking about just women in general on a whole fucking level. So I don't want the narrative of black men do not protect black women to be out here on some bullshit. So I'm going to propose this scenario for you, and I'm going to try and lay it out to you as best as possible. You've been out
Mhm.
to a club. You come to the club, you see a chick, she walking, she's bad. She's bad. So you've noticed her. You've kept your eye on her. She's walking to this club by herself. She's been with her or with her friends or whatever the scenario is. She's with her friends. There's no dude around. She's been out and you see a dude. You've talked to her. Maybe you didn't talk to her, but you've seen her around and you saw a dude talk to her. Now, this dude is getting extra feely, handsy, grabby with her, and she's not with none of the bullshit. And the dude is being very aggressive and trying to put his hands on her. Maybe he's fighting her, maybe he's grabbing her in some way, shape, or form. Now, you as men have observed this woman to be on some upstanding shit. She's not asking for the bullshit. She's not in a position to where it looks like she's talking to this dude, etc. You see her getting her ass whooped. How do you respond to this scenario of a woman who really doesn't want to deal with this dude? He's coming on to her too strong, or he's doing too much and physically assaulting her. What do you do as a man in this scenario?
No, I try to talk. At one, if you can't talk to him, try to talk to her. Like take her away from him. Like, oh, because you can always, even if you don't want to get into like say an altercation like that, you can be like, oh, hey, baby, how you doing? Wink at her. Come on, there, sweetie. I just came here to pick you up. Something like that. To break the situation up like that.
So
Now,
you
she,
stepped into the situation as on some possible brother cousin friendship to try and
right,
divide him from
right.
her to stop the bullshit. Okay, go ahead.
That's what I'd say. I'd say something like that. I ain't gonna lie. If to fight over a complete stranger I don't know, unfortunately, in this day and age, I just have to err on the side of caution. Because one, it all depends on who you're dealing with. These are young kids nowadays. These 19, 20-year-olds, they'll blast your ass just for any dumb thing. I've watched people get killed over, some of the stupidest stuffs in the world. And I mean, sometimes you just can't always jump in every situation. I'm not gonna lie. If it was probably a white person doing it to one of our sisters, I'd probably beat the shit out of white people just hard to. I
So
mean,
so so white dude, you just
I
whooping his
got a
ass just
problem.
because
I got a
just
problem.
fuck him,
Oh, I
nigga.
got no. I just the fact is, I just got a problem with that. That where they just think that they the shit on that aspect. Now, I do admit, if she was talking shit to a white guy and he turned around and beat the shit out of her ass, unfortunately, I'm not one of those ones. I don't give a fuck who it
Terrible.
is. It could listen. It could be my daughter, because even my daughter knows. Don't sit up here and jump fly with a dude. If you hit a guy and he hit you back, don't call dad. Because I just believe I don't uphold nobody in the wrong. And some people, I think that a lot of times, especially in these events that are so called happened recently, especially with black women, is they expect that they can open their mouth and write a lot of checks and then expect their ass not to have to cash them. And
So so
unfortunately, I'm
so let
just
me
not
ask
one
you
of those.
this,
I'm not fighting the battle
because
for you because you don't wrote.
I don't I don't ever want the narrative to be specifically black women scenario, right? If you and your homeboy,
Well,
because I come from a different background, so if you out with your homeboy and your homeboy is doing some extra shit and he get into a fist fight or some altercation, are you going to let your homeboy just ride it out by himself and just walk away?
it depends. If I do it better, if my homeboy, because I was actually me and a friend of mine, best friend of mine, actually, we was just tight like brothers, and me and him actually parted ways over a night of him acting a fool. Now this is what happened. One night he was talking shit to the dude. Dude didn't want to fight, so it was just like, dude, he just kept talking shit, trying to fight the dude. Don't want to fight the nigga. I don't beat this motherfucker and all like this. So the nigga he finally pissed the nigga off. The nigga started wailing on him. I mean, he was beating the shit out of my dude. So I'm like, okay, fuck it.
God damn.
I grabbed the dude like I'm kind of breaking it up, but I really wasn't kind of. I was hoping my nigga would get some hits in then. Of course, this motherfucker did not swing. So they're like four motherfuckers ran up out of the cut, like they jumping my nigga. I was just like, oh shit. And I mean, literally, my car got smashed up that night. I mean,
God
literally.
damn.
That's why I told her I couldn't never work with them no more. I'm like, nigga, you wrote a check that your ass can't cash, and it don't even matter like this is. I wouldn't mind getting our ass beat or no shit like that. But the fact
They
is, you
fucked
can't
up
sit
your
up here and
vehicle.
talk shit and not swing when it's time to do something.
So that was your homeboy in the situation. Now, if you was your home
Yeah.
girl in the situation, how do you
Oh, she was
respond?
talking. I ain't gonna lie. If it was my woman talking shit to another woman and the bitch beat the shit out of her ass, the best thing I could do is probably break it up. I'm not gonna hit the broad. I'm sorry. That's the best
So
thing.
you're
Hey,
not
y'all
gonna get
break it up, break.
you're not
Hell
gonna get
no.
involved with a woman to woman fight. How about a woman to man situation?
If my plain and simple, if say if well, if it was my woman and she was trying to fight somebody, I'm just gonna pull her ass away. I don't give a fuck if she tried to fight a dude. It's just what it is. It's my job as that to pull her away. Now, if she's like one of my like home girls and all like this, and I just told her, hey, calm down this shit, and then she start like maybe she thought she was the shit because she thought I was there with her, and then I'm to watch her haul off and hit a dude 5, 6 times before he turn around and whop her ass. I'm gonna sit there, continue drinking my drink like ain't shit happened.
God
I'm
damn,
sorry.
that's a strong dynamic. That's a
Well,
strong
I mean,
dynamic
now
from
this
the
is the
homie
thing.
to the home girl. You know what I mean?
No,
That's
but this
that's
is the thing right here. If you see, I'm laying in the bed with my woman right now. If you heard her laughing, like if you see, I mean, you hear her right there. This is my woman right here next to me.
that's a
You know,
strong fucking dynamic. I'm just
I- that's like this. My thing is this. My thing is this. I got a personal thing like this. Maybe too. I have friends. I had a lot of female friends who, when I was younger, they turned out to be dykes. So the hardest time I ever been hit in my life was by a woman. We were playing tackle football. Woman, I jumped up and caught a pass. This bitch came around the corner and leveled my ass. She hit me so damn hard, I wanted to cry. I just had to lay on the ground and laugh. I mean, literally. And just to give you an example, to show you how the difference is from today, if you look it up, go look at Mott Arburn School. Her name was Larita Spencer. Because we always joke when we was younger with her. Now look, she took the school to a state champs both years she was there. Because we always
oh
joke
no.
she was like She could play football. She could play basketball. And we always said she was the Michael Jordan. And as they said, man, if they ever let women play basketball, she definitely gonna play. And of course, by the time we got old enough, WNBA came out, and of course, she went to the WNBA. I mean, literally, and I tell everybody, I said, maybe I grew up with some tough ass women. Well, I knew some women that would knock your ass out. I mean, I knew women who, when we got to high school, like when all the schools mixed, and they was like, wait a minute, Tiffany fought Larita? Larita knock out niggas. You like, she didn't get that memo? I mean, the little girls come with that little flapping shit. Larita was just like, what? That. she she rearranged that bitch's face so damn hard. I'm like, I remember I said, man, Larita, shit, you better make sure that you on your A game if you fought her. And this was as a dude. I knew broads like that would definitely. I knew a broad that she knocked at least. I can think about 3 niggas she knocked out when we were growing up. I mean, out kissing concrete, just taking a nap. That's why I said when these women sit here and talk about there's under no circumstances where you hit a woman. Oh, there's plenty of circumstances where I would definitely put my hands on a broad.
Okay, it's understandable. Okay, Radio Raheem, where you at?
Well, I'm sorry, I had to step away for a second, but
yes. So the scenario I proposed.
You going Borgen, buddy?
Yeah.
You Borgen bad.
But I'll say this: if I see a woman giving a random, yeah, I can't make out what you were saying, but I'm gonna say this: if I saw a woman, yeah, I'm trying to hear you, Donnie, but I'm still not getting you.
Yeah, I don't hear nothing either.
Okay, Donnie.
Leave and come back.
You
If you leave and come back.
Okay, well,
can y'all hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if you are out and you see a woman who you know is not on some bullshit, and you know she's not trying to deal with some dude, and the dude is, you've seen a dude on some whole bunch of chicks all night, etc. Well, I'm just trying to lay out a scenario, but basically, the large understanding is, you know that this dude has nothing to do with this woman, and he's harassing her and he's assaulting her. How do you respond as a black woman when you see a black woman being assaulted? Because the large majority of black women think we don't protect them, we don't give a fuck about them. So how do you respond as a black man? And this is true to life, what you would do. Now, if you feel like fuck her, that is what it is. But ultimately, I'm trying to get a understanding from a black perspective.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's clear she's not attached to that man anyway, you just simply protect her. That's just the way it is. She a sister in trouble by a random nigga, and you protect her. You do what you got to do to get her out the situation. Period. If you can't get her out the situation, if it go to blows, then it just go to blows. But as far as women talking about this narrative that black women don't get protected, it's just a lie they like to tell. That's all it is. Because if you start asking them about the members of their family, they're gonna tell you all day long that the members of their family would not let a random black woman get beat up. So and I've asked that question to many women. So far, 100% of them say their relatives will not let a random woman get beat up. So at the end of the day, if nobody has a relative that'll let a woman get beat up, they just lying when it comes to saying they don't think black women will protect black men. It's just a lie they like to tell. That's all, because they like to do it.
Well, I think that the only time they like to really tell that lie is when they done wrote a check they ass can't cash. I mean, I've never seen a person who wasn't in the wrong sit up there and be upset with why nobody didn't help them. Most of the people, people, if they're in the wrong, then it's like, well, why you didn't help me, or this, that, and the other. Dude, you hit the dude 10 times. How many times you expect you to hit the guy before he turn around and slap your ass?
You that nigga with a 15
I mean,
piece combo. You
literally.
thought he wasn't gonna do nothing.
And this is my thing. If I see a woman hitting a guy that she clearly don't know this guy, what I would do is I would go to the woman and say, "Stop hitting that man before he knocks you out." You see what I'm saying? I may try to get her to remove herself from the situation. That don't mean she gonna listen. Now, if she ain't gonna listen
Right.
to me,
No. You already know you wouldn't do no shit like that because half the time is when most of these women nowadays when they get mad and screaming and hollering, if you be like, look, sister, calm down, bitch, who the fuck are you talking to? You ain't my daddy. You know they gonna
I
go
was
right
just
off.
gonna say that. I was gonna say it in different context.
You
Basically, if
cannot
you
like
run up
literally.
on a
Have
chick
you
and you
ever?
tell
Wait a
her,
minute.
if you ever tell a
Can
chick,
I just say this? When
go ahead.
name one video where you have seen somebody like a woman going off yelling and screaming, and then you sit up here and not say somebody be like, "Hey, sister, calm down," and they don't turn around and cuss that motherfucker out for telling them to calm down.
no, bro, I'm not denying what you say. All I'm saying, all
You
I'm
gave her the option.
as a man is I feel responsible enough where I can go to you and try to remove you. Now you not listening to me and you want to give me some story about how I ain't your daddy and how you ain't gotta listen and all that. That's your business. I'm not here to fight you. Now when dudes beat the crap out you, that's on you. Cause guess what? Once you tell me all that stuff, all right, sister, handle it. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm walking up.
I sit there and laugh because a lot of people bring up that McDonald's situation where the woman
Oh
was sitting up
Lord.
there going back and forth at it with the customer. Now, yeah, it might have been his fault because he was going off over the damn straw or whatever. But if you notice from I pay attention to how people act around him. If you notice, none of the other employees were like calm down or no shit like that. So they knew she had an attitude problem probably already, Rip, and they probably were tired of her ass
No,
anyway.
no. One guy
Now,
actually
that's
tried
what I
to
got
stop.
from now. I look at people's body language, and I'm a very good judge of character on that. Like literally, I used to be an analyzer at my job. They used to say I could watch people from 50 feet away, and I could tell usually what they're talking about, even though I can't hear it, but by their body language and all like that. Because we used to audit stores. So basically, we come in, think about it, you just met these people today. So you got to find out who's lying, who's not lying, what do they know about it. And
But
I walk in these stores and I'd be like, oh, this person right here, I ain't never met these motherfuckers. I just known your ass an hour and a half. Yeah, this guy right here, he's either stealing it or he know who's stealing it and is in on it. And then they'd be like 2, 3 months later, oh my gosh, that the people you pointed out, yep, you was right. And he was the one. I said, I know. You can just tell.
Judge, this is the thing. When it came to that McDonald's situation, I saw somebody reviewing the tape super slow. Actually, one brother did try to get her to like move around before it even got to that point. She didn't listen to him.
Well, of
And
course, but that's why. And if you notice that none of the employees came running up on that because the employees knew what type of person they were dealing with because they deal with her attitude all the time. Now, I do
I'm
admit,
the case. I'm pretty sure that that's the case. I don't disagree with you on that. But my thing is, at the end of the day, them boys still saved up behind because if they didn't, they only the white man only de-escalated because they got involved and that was it. And
So
then they even
so
get props for saving her. So my thing is, at the end of the day, sisters ain't trying to give black men props for doing nothing anyway. So my thing is, as men, you just got to do the right thing over principle. Don't do it just because they're women. It's just the principle that we should protect women that we step in, but you don't step in from a woman that's dealing with her man. I don't care what he does to her as her man. You just leave it alone.
so let
It's
me
her.
well,
just say this.
listen, the only woman I'm protecting on a situation like that is my woman or my daughter. If you ain't one of them two, too bad.
Well, my thing
So
is,
let me say
I
this.
can't blame.
I hold the principles of manhood. Always stay with your here foremost. I want to say this off top. Those black men went out there and they really saved that chick because had it been no black men around, he would have whooped her fucking ass. And we can't deny this shit because she hit him with a 15-piece combo and nothing was really happening to that man. He was able to have a cognitive conversation with the manager and say he wanted her fired. So he wasn't fucked up. He wasn't woozy. He wasn't dated. None of that bullshit.
Well, of course.
Secondly, fuck that cracker. Period, point blank. If we have to have a conversation with Kareem Hunt, who was in his hotel room kicked the bitch out because she wasn't of age, etc. Whatever the situation was, she beat on his door for 30 minutes, calling him all kind of niggas and everything else. And he
And
opened the
spit
door.
on him too.
Yeah, did all that shit. And she's a fucking victim. Fuck that crack ass cracker. Fuck
Right.
him and everything that he stands for. That dynamic is fucked up. So I will never ever say that externally, I will say this. Externally, and what I mean by externally is when you go out with a person or a friend and some shit pop off, you have that friend's back, period, point blank. And then when you get in the car, you cuss them the fuck out.
Well, that's what happened. I had his back, but my car got towed up that night.
Right. So you always have your people's back. So as far as these black girls, it's like the little girl who's outside the mall and that white man fucked her up. Fuck that cracker.
No, she deserved that. She deserved that little girl. I don't know if you watch the video.
I saw the video. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what that little girl did, because anytime a nigga does something and he protects himself, the white bitch is always fucking protected. So fuck that cracker 120%. We can talk about this shit internally, but fuck the cracker. Period, point blank. I don't give a fuck. It was a little girl, and this grown ass white bitch came out here spitting on a nigga, and she's the victim. Fuck that cracker. Fuck that 6'4" cracker. He could have done something else. I don't give a fuck what the. And I understand she was in the wrong or what she did. Cool, but fuck that cracker. Period, point fucking blank.
Well, this is I totally understand like that. I don't uphold nobody in the wrong though. That's my thing. And this is the thing with that situation with the mall thing. The only thing that where I would definitely, if I was that dude, I would have definitely you gotta hit him with the one hitter quitter right away. Because if you got 5, even if they just kids, but if you got 5, 6 motherfuckers surrounding your ass, and then they yelling and screaming and talking shit, and one of them put their hands on you already, you push them away, and they come up, you gotta hit them with the one hitter quitter. Because as soon as you get hit, more likely the other one is going to jump in. What's that?
Little girl, because had it been a black man and a white girl, it would have been a whole different dynamic. So fuck fucking fuck that crack ass crack. And this is my channel, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna pull me out the air eventually for this shit. But fuck that crack ass cracker. Fuck that pale ass motherfucking crack ass devil. Fuck him. And let me say that to the highest fucking most utmost extreme that you can go. Period, point blank. I'm tired of fucking black women catching the ass whooping and white women is walking around here doing whatever the fuck they want to do. I don't give a fuck. I get the understanding of an internal dynamic conversation between black people. I get that. But if we're going to talk about it, fuck that white bitch. Fuck them white people. Don't give a fuck. Okay, so let me say that off top.
At the end of the day, the white man was in the wrong. Because I don't care. It was an 11-year-old girl. There's no way you're going to convince me that a white man standing over 6 feet is scared of an 11-year-old child. I'm sorry. I'm just not convinced.
I totally listen. The only reason I agree with you somewhat on that, but the only reason why I was actually in an incident in a Taco Bell. A woman was yelling and cussing at the people, and I just laughed. So because I laughed, the woman started screaming and hollering at me because I was laughing at her talking about him. Now she was there with her 2 kids. One of her, so I'm like, my woman better go somewhere with that shit. She got up in my face. Her 11-year-old daughter came up behind me and almost broke my jaw with a shoe over my head. This was an 11-year-old girl. So this is what I'm trying to say is, listen, this is the problem is this is the problem. We keep sitting there thinking that they're just kids. No, these were black. We keep sitting up here and say that these are just kids. But if a person catch you right, it could be anybody.
No, I feel what you're saying, but my thing is there's ways to handle children.
There are ways, but I'm gonna let you know like this is the thing this is one of the things that you just need to start. What you need to be doing first is protect yourself first at all costs. And I don't give a damn man, woman, child. You attack me, I'm defending myself.
No, I'm the dynamic of protecting the dynamic of protecting yourself and your family. However, they're different. When it is whatever wrong, doesn't matter what the fuck it is. And I'm tired of that dynamic because anything a white bitch does, whether she's all the way in the fucking red line of a wrong, she's always a victim. And I'm tired of the fucking dynamic. So if it comes to a black child, I don't give a fuck if the black child stabbed the motherfucker in the neck. Fuck you. You shouldn't have touched the child. We're gonna talk about this in the car, but as far as the public stance goes, fuck you, because you always protecting these white people.
No, I'm not protecting the white. I just protect myself on all. I see where you're coming from, so I know what you're when what you're saying. So I see exactly where you're coming from. But
My thing is when it's children involved, you use a certain you change it up from how you handle adults. I'm not saying kids can be extremely bad, but you got to let them get to an extremely bad place before you treat them as an adult. Period. Because black folks been getting screwed over for the longest because everybody keep trying to treat our children as adults, and it's not necessary. Even with the legal system, they so quick to try a black child as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to treat our children as adults. It's not cool. We don't handle kids like you handle adults. No,
no, we
no.
got Asperger's syndrome.
Well, I'm saying like, none of us will go back to our child self and want to be measured by that version of ourselves. So my thing is, I wouldn't want to, as much as mature as I thought I was, or as smart as I thought I was, I would never want to be measured by myself as a child, as an adult. Period. So I'm not gonna do it to myself, so I ain't gonna do that to anybody else. You
Well,
know,
one of the things I say too with black people is this is the thing we got a problem with black people. Where if I was a white person, I'm not even gonna admit I would keep treating black people like shit. You know why? Because they don't do shit about it. Think about this. I'm a white person. I shoot an unarmed black dude. This is what no, but think about it from I'm a white person. This
It's
thing, I'm
true.
a
It's
white
true.
guy.
It's true. It's
I
true.
shoot an unarmed black person, right? This is what the fuck you gonna do. Y'all motherfuckers gonna march around, protest, tear up your own shit in your own neighbors. Shit. Y'all ain't gonna come up and tear my shit up or hurt my family. So what the fuck? No offense. I'm not getting no consequences. Why am I going to change my actions if nothing that you do does not affect me in any way? Like plain and simple. Where is like
Ooh.
George Zimmerman? This motherfucker going around signing Skittles and iced tea. I mean, no offense. If it would have been my son, that nigga would be dead somewhere, locked up in my basement, and I'd be beating the shit out of his ass every day.
not,
But
not,
this is
So
the problem with black people. No offense, you don't need to change no laws. What black people, if you really
that is
want, black people really
beautiful.
want respect from white people. When these people, Amber Gear, all of this shit, they should have never made it to trial. They should have been off rip.
no, no. This the issue. This is the issue because I understand what you're saying, but this is the problem. Black folks don't know when to get on code and when not to get on. At the end,
Definitely.
if if uh if you as a black man beat up, kill any white person for doing anything to your child, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of examples of this. There's black fathers who will kill somebody over their kid or beat them up real bad because they're blessing their kid, whatever the case is. They doing something to protect their child, right? So then they go to
Mm-hmm.
court niggas will be on the jury and they'll find the dude guilty for whatever
Mm-hmm.
he charged with, even though he was protecting
But
their
here's,
child. And,
I
and
understand what you're saying,
but
but this is the problem, dog.
hold on, let me say
We
this
don't
real.
even get to court because the niggas don't do shit.
No, this
When is
this
the last? Think about it. Why is these people still walking around?
one thing. Let me say this one thing. The problem that black folks have is number one is that when we protect our own, which should be cheered on, and we're tried for that, we should never get a conviction. If a black man kills somebody because he was beating up his child or molesting his kid, whatever the case is, when you go to court, there's no way he should come back with a conviction. We're not even smart enough to be in court and just say not guilty. You see what I'm
Or
saying?
insanity.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing
Or
with
insanity.
you. I'm saying we're so as a group, we're so confused as a people, and we so out the game as a people. I don't even gonna say confused because I'm not gonna because I don't like to say people don't understand. People know exactly what they're doing. People people are so stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it stupid, and I'm not saying it in a way that they don't know what they're doing. if you will convict somebody who is protecting their own child, something is wrong with you. Period.
But
I don't.
this is the point. I understand what you're saying, but think about it. You talking about when it get to court and all like that. This the problem. They don't get to court because the niggas don't step up and do shit in the beginning. I mean, plain and
That's
simple. If
that's
you was a cop, I even let people know you could be a cop and you just push my son up against the car hard. If they're treating him like shit over some shit, you're gonna be laying there asleep. One day they're gonna find your ass laying there asleep.
no, no.
Period.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is one of the
You know what I mean? You ain't waking up.
no, no.
I
What I'm
mean, I
saying
can
is
find your ass. Mhm.
I get what you're saying, but one of the reasons that dynamic exists is because we as black people can't even depend on other black people to let us off the hook when we protect our own, and that's a
No, no,
stupid.
you wouldn't even catch me when I'm done with your ass.
No, no, no.
Where'd you
But
go? I don't know. I
take it away.
understand
So,
what you're
Take it
so,
from
so I,
we.
I, I, I get the dynamic. So at this point, you know what? That's gonna be the topic of the next conversation. So, topic of you ain't shit for watching. The next conversation is going to be somewhere along the lines of um shit marching, uh, uh, taking a public stance, but without action. What does it
saying.
cause? So we're gonna run from there, and then I'm gonna refine the topic at some point later. But
Right.
ultimately, I see a lot of black people saying taking stances on things, and there's no action. So we need to deal with that and everything else. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna do final thoughts, and we're gonna wrap this up, and we're gonna have a conversation. So normally I do my shows on Thursday, but I just want to be sure what my schedule is, and I'm gonna announce it on one of either Roger or Kev's show, what the show is. But as for now, the topic of the show is the five the five signs that nigga's cheating. So said, I want you to give your final thoughts. Anybody who wants to go first, you can give your thoughts, and then we'll go from there.
Just can go.
Mhm. I mean, five things that no nigga cheating. Let me see. If they don't never be intimate with you, you already know most of the time. If they not doing what, if they start doing anything out of the ordinary that they normally don't do, well, I can't think of five things.
Oh, well, we went over the five. You went over two
Right,
actually.
right.
But just your final thoughts on just on the topic general. You can kind of go over what you feel like. If a woman's cheating, how you dealt, you know about it. But just try to wrap, your thoughts up on the subject.
Like I said, a woman's cheating. If I've said it most of the time, you know if one's cheating if everything you do most likely is always something that gets on her nerves. You're always getting into a lot of fights. On top of that, 9 times out of 10, she done moved on, and she's just looking for an excuse to kick you to the curb.
Okay. Yeah. So you got his dynamic. Do you want to plug your channel, who you rep with, who you rock with, anything you doing? Just plug yourself so that we
Well,
can make sure black. This is a black run channel, and I want to plug black man who came on and spoke.
well, I mean, basically, I haven't been doing any shows lately, but my channel, Debating Wolves, they call me Judge Dre. Most of the time, you'll probably see me, kicking it with the angry man, maybe old man. I listen to Zone's channel sometimes, so if anybody can check out those people.
Okay, yeah, much appreciated. I thank you for coming on the show. Anytime I
Hmm.
do a show, you are more than welcome to hop on.
Hmm.
We run the Habitual Line Steppers Network. There's three of us. It's myself, Donnie Casanova. It's Roger Stevens. It's Kevin Esther, who runs Black Men Being Brutally Honest. I'm gonna let Roger run his spill, who he is, and everything else, so that way, it just is what it is. But uh, anytime we pop on, you are more than welcome to pop on because it's a black man dynamic, and we want black men to come on and express their opinion because we live in a system where it's matriarchy. And black women are really shitting on black men, and we need a voice. So I want every strong, positive black man to come out here and speak. Obviously, so you are articulate. So I invite you every time we come on. Mr. Roger Stevens, aka Rico Johnson. Please hop on.
Okay, folks, this is Roger Stevens. I run the Roger Report. You should definitely check out the channel, subscribe. I deal with real stuff and I deal with real talk. And as I said earlier, I'm gonna say some things that a lot of folks just ain't gonna say. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's gonna be a little I say, but hey, I'm gonna tell you what it is. You ain't gonna like all of it, and that's just life. Get over it. Um, so check out my channel. I try to put content up almost daily. So check me out. Plenty of stuff to see. As plenty of interesting stuff to talk about when it comes to my channel. And I'll holler at y'all cats later. This is Roger. I'm right, and I'm out.
So I want to thank everybody for showing up. I thank everybody on my panel. Judge Dre, appreciate you. Roger, appreciate you. Kevin, your ass didn't show up. Appreciate you.
You know, my channel was the Roger Report. If I didn't say it, let me say it again. The Roger Report. That's the channel, y'all. The Roger Report. All right.
I appreciate every black man that shows up. Hey, Rain popped off. Rain was on one. Rain was fitting on everybody's ass. We finna get that black woman raised, but she decided to subside tonight.
Well, she said in the chat that she was mad.
You know what? It's okay that they get mad, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't be mad that I'm willing to help a person get to the hospital after they take a beat. I don't think that's the I really don't. I can't tell the young lady how to run her life. It makes sense.
My woman is sitting here laughing at that.
People that just walk away and won't do nothing. I at least gonna help her get some help. You know what I mean?
I call that bitch an Uber.
I ain't gonna let you bleed in the street and that's the end of it. I'm at least get you some all that calling police stuff. I don't even calling police like that. I don't even think that's something black people really should do unless it's an extremely mess up. It's got to be like a really extreme situation to
hilarious.
I don't. Calling the police for black folks don't usually work out for black folks. So I ain't gonna say.
But I mean, this is what it is. But these are conversations, and I love to have these conversations. And Judge Dre,
yes,
girl is more than welcome to hop up because I have a couple of shows coming up where I need women to voice their opinions. One of them is a what to do show if you're a man. So typically, I try to run these shows for black men who do not have a father figure in their life, and it's for everybody listening. Black men, if you do not have a father figure in your life, I try to run this for you because I want it to be a dynamic where black men, because it's all too many times where black women will go out and they will proceed to have a child and he's a boy, and they think that as soon as their boy hits 18, he's supposed to evolve into a man like a Pokemon. You don't get a Manosaur when he turns 18. It just don't happen like that. He needs guidance and direction. So this is an outlet for you men. So with that being said, I can't be unfair and not give some women some direction some of the time. And yes, we are a mainly man channel, but I want to help out sisters here and there. So I put out situations for women as well. So one of the shows I want to do is if he has a child that knocks on the door and says, "You're my father, what do you do?" and the ramifications that come with that. And there's some other scenarios I have with that, but basically this scenario is basically if you were dating a dude and you're happily married, you have a family, etc., and the child knocks on the door and says, "You're my daddy." How do you handle that from there? But ultimately, my channel is a conversation that you have at the cookout where everybody came in, had some good drinks, some good conversation, some smoke, etc. And we do it on Google Hangouts. And it's just that we hang out. So if at any point you or anybody else feel like some shit that we said was crazy and you was like, "Oh yeah, that nigga ain't shit," well, you ain't shit for watching. Have a wonderful night. I appreciate you for showing up. I'm out.
All right.